get things turned around, hopefully, when they welcome the best team in baseball, record-wise anyway. The 25-10 Atlanta Braves come to town for a 3-game set. Game 1 coming your way this afternoon. Logan Gilbert on the hill. He'll face off against J.R. Ritchie. You can catch it all starting at 5:30 with the pregame show. 6:40 first pitch right here, Seattle Sports on 710. Other baseball news, Tigers ace, two-time defending AL Cy Young Award winner Tarek Skubal will have arthroscopic surgery for loose bodies in his left elbow. That, according to manager A.J. Hinch today, he told reporters that Skubal will have the procedure at a date still to be determined after the left-hander felt pain in his elbow on Sunday, underwent tests, which revealed the injury.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This hour is brought to you by Legacy Group Capital Common Sense Lending.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Wyman and Bob.
On Seattle Sports.
Streaming live on the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Dave Wyman and Bob Stelton.
Welcome, everybody. It's Wyman and Bob. This is Seattle Sports on 710, seattlesports.com on a beautiful Monday. It's gorgeous outside. How about that weather?
Doesn't really feel like it.
No?
No.
This is yard work weather for you. This is where Dave is out there inspecting the lawn. He's putting up the hillbilly fence. He's doing all kinds of yard maintenance out there. This is your time, man. This is where you shine.
Yeah, well, it wasn't that way yesterday. I had Mrs. Bossy Pants chasing me around the yard, telling me what to plant where. Yeah.
Mrs. Bossy Pants.
I'm like, you're the inside guy. I'm the outside guy.
Yeah, this is my domain. Yours is in there.
We had a little bit of a debate over where the tubers should be buried.
The what?
Tubers. Like a bulb.
Oh,
basically for dahlias.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an expert at growing dahlias.
Your thumb is much greener than mine. I don't know what this language is you're speaking, but yeah, I hope you guys came to a consensus and everybody's happy with the outcome.
It went her way,
Mrs. Bossy Pants. Oh, that's great.
I was like, I've been growing these flowers for a lot of years now. I'm like, well, I just think this would be a lot better if they're okay. All right, we'll do that. We'll go that way. Yeah.
All right, Dave. Lost.
Definitely. When do I win? But yeah, I mean, it was more painful, the option of going up and watching the game than having arguments in the yard.
What a weekend. What a weekend of baseball.
I knew you would be happy about it, Bob, and that I would have to have a therapy session here for about the next hour.
Yeah, it's just maddening, to say the least. You guys can text in. The text line is there for you at 866-979-3776. A disastrous weekend against a last-place Royals team. Now, to be fair, we said before the series started, this is a good team. This is a team with a lot of talent. I don't know why they were in last place. I don't know. This was a winning team from last year. They were expected to be very good. I expect that they will be when it's all said and done. We were just saying, just don't find your rhythm against the Mariners. Well, apparently they did, with some help from the Mariners themselves.
Yes.
I think that's what was the hardest for me to stomach, Dave, is watching the Mariners just do everything they could to shoot themselves in the foot. Yeah. Just brain cramps. Misplay, just booting the ball, sloppy baseball. You get arguably one of the best pitching performances of the entire season by anybody in Emerson Hancock, and you still lose. He goes 7 innings, gives up a run, strikes out 14, which is a major league high this year. Nobody's reached that number, and walks nobody, and you lose. It's you leave the stadium just going, what the hell did I just watch? What happened here?
Yeah. Moyer sent that text from the Abandoned Boys. I'm sure those guys were on suicide watch. But yeah, I mean, it was 0 walks, 17 total strikeouts in the game, 0 home runs, and they win. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know, man. You asked the question, what's like the most concerning? I'm tempted to say the injuries are starting to pile up, and we'll get into that. But I don't know, man. The sloppy play and just making, bonehead type of plays. That's got to be the most frustrating.
Yeah,
frustrating. The only thing I would say about that is that's something you can control, theoretically.
Yeah.
I mean, you should. I mean, these are a bunch of good baseball players, and they don't make those kinds of plays normally. So, but the injuries, that one bothers me, I think, the most, just because it's out of your control.
Yeah, Brash is on the IL. Cal's day to day, and they're being very evasive and talking about his injury. I was down there in the interview room the day he got scratched right before the lineup, and we're talking to Dan after the game, and he was giving up nothing. All the beat reporters were like, "Yeah, so what's going on with Cal?" Just a little general soreness, and they're like, and I think it was Divish who said, "Oh, well, was it his hand? I know his hand took a beating," or he was talking about foul balls, whatever. He goes,
Right.
"No, it's not his hands."
Okay.
And then somebody else said, "Okay, well, could you tell us where?" And he's like, general soreness. We'll know more tomorrow. Like, he just wasn't giving it up. He was probably like a hockey coach, where they're just but he wouldn't even go upper body, lower body. He was just general soreness,
Just sore.
and just that was it. Like, you could tell he was just not. You were not going to crack him.
Yeah,
there. And they're being so cryptic about it. And then Cal came out and talked about it, and we'll play that for you here. This is just him sort of explaining what was going on with the soreness and his side that they were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, you could go out there and play. I think, overall looking at it, it's May, and, trust me, I want to be out there, but obviously thinking about, the team and the longevity and knowing that, I'm thinking about the guys in there and trying to, do that and, taking a day or two, probably best for everybody, including myself. So, like I said, obviously it's not what I want to be doing, but, better safe than sorry in this scenario.
So still not specific as to what's going on, really, other than, hey, we're just going to err on the side of caution. It's May. There's no reason to push it, and making it sound like it's not a big deal, and hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's not an IL stint. Hopefully it's, hey, a couple days of rest, give him a few days, he's going to be fine. Because, you were just getting to the point where the middle of the order was coming to life, right. And he's obviously a huge part of that. So you need him out there, and you need him behind the plate. I mean, we saw a play, and this is not to pick on Garver, but we saw a play with a runner on second, and he receives the pitch, and the runner's kind of caught between second and third. He throws behind the runner, who's trying to get to third.
Right.
Behind the runner, Dave.
Yeah, that's right.
Third's in front of him. See,
he's going to third, right?
Where he wants to be is over here to my left at third base, and you threw behind him to second in order to keep him from getting to third. I didn't quite understand what happened on that play, but the guy made it to third and eventually scored, which was problematic. So that was just one of many moments where you're going, wait, what just happened here? Sort of like Randy just jogging from first to second with the bases loaded, losing track of the count, thinking that Cole Young had walked. So, la-di-da, I'm just going to start jogging and then look confused, like, what's everybody looking at? What do you mean I'm out?
Yeah.
What happened there? And Dan was asked about that. And this is one I was curious, like, is he going to finally say something along the lines, look, this happens to everybody, but we can't make these kind of mistakes. We've got to be better than this. We don't have that kind of slack to make these kinds of mistakes. But he stuck up for him.
Yeah, I mean, baseball is about consistency, and that's what we want to get to. And right now it seems like we're going through some swings back and forth. But we know what we got to do to get back to that consistent baseball, and that's what we're going to do, against this Atlanta club.
And Dan said he went on because he was saying, look, I've done that before. I rolled the ball back to the pitcher. There was a runner on. I thought it was third out. It happens. And it does, but it can't, right? You're not in a good enough position right now as a team to afford to make those kinds of mistakes.
Well, and especially with, like we talked about, all the injuries that are going on. I mean, you can only have one of those things go wrong, right? So, yeah, I'm one that believes you have to find some humor in things like that. And if you go back and look at the broadcast, the look on Cole Young's face when Randy starts trotting down to second, yeah, I got to say this, it doesn't change. His expression never changes. And he was kind of like looking up in the air and just kind of like,
He was probably confused thinking, oh, did I walk? I thought it was 2-2.
I think that's what he was trying to figure out.
Confused him.
Yeah. So, and, they jumped all over it. So, yeah, I don't know, man. When you, like I said, that's something that you can control, and I guess maybe that's why, I don't know. I think the injuries are worse just because you can't really control that. And it's happening to some pretty key players. So, but yeah, I mean, that's brutal. I mean, they came in, they were the worst road team in the league. 3-12, I believe they were, when we were talking about them on Friday. So, yeah, very frustrating, and, that kind of thing just makes you think that, are they dialed in? Because, there was, like you said, there was a number of mistakes. So, yeah, it's just it just seems like a time when things aren't going well for you. You really need to concentrate, and that was concerning.
Yeah, it was. Look, beyond frustrating because it was just so sloppy with, JP committed an error, and then you had Julio botch a ball. Julio's not been great in center field this year. Let's call that what it is. He's made some great plays. He's also made some head-scratching plays. You're like, wait, what happened there?
Yeah, he was a more consistent fielder last year. And this year, the frog jump where he flings his body.
Great play.
I mean, he has made some of those. And then a lot of the ones at the wall, he just makes it look easy. But, yeah, you've seen things that are just very un-Julio-like.
Yeah, where he just went up against the wall and kind of just seemed like he misjudged where the ball was, like he jumped away from the ball. That was on the road, I think, in Minnesota. And then this one goes right through the wickets there. And it just – you had that go on. You had Munoz with the balk, and that immediately puts the runner in scoring position. Then you had the Garver play, throwing it to second. The guy gets third. It's like these brain cramps happening out there in addition to the injuries, and you're just like, what is happening here?
Yeah, well, and you think that things like that would happen to somebody like Cole Young, maybe a younger guy, right? But, we're talking about Rosarina, Garver, Julio. Should know better.
Yeah, it's just a lot of just self-inflicted wounds, if you will. And Dan Wilson was asked about the frustration of having a series like this after that great road trip where you took 5 of 6.
Yeah, I mean, baseball's about consistency, and that's what we want to get to. And right now it seems like we're going through some swings back and forth. But we know what we got to do to get back to that consistent baseball, and that's what we're going to do, against this Atlanta club.
Yeah, that was the same cut as the other one where he was asked about Randy's base running mistake.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I don't know. If you're him, I don't even know what you say. I would like to see him get a little terse. Like, look, enough is enough. These guys are the best of the best. These are the best players in the world. And we've got to control what we can control. And we can control base running mistakes. We can control some of the gaffes that have been made out there on the field. Yeah, you can't control when you square a ball up and line it right at a player. I mean, they had that a couple times where I think Canzone, just a missile right at first base, would have been a huge moment, squared it up, but you hit it right to the guy. You can't control that.
Right.
But you can't control jogging to second base thinking, the guy just walked. No, he didn't. You got to have your head in the game because your team is just not good enough to overcome those mistakes. So, yeah, it was really, really a frustrating moment, or not moments throughout the week. And then you throw in Matt Brash or Brash on the IL. Certainly, that's a big deal. But Brian Wu, I meant to say, back-to-back horrible games.
Yeah, you sent me a text Friday night because we were like, forget it. I mean, he had that one bad outing. No problem, and maybe we should be concerned. So, yeah, I didn't see his post-game interview. And did he blow up a little bit, or that's the one thing I didn't see over the weekend?
Not any more than normal. What's weird, it doesn't look like an injury thing. His velo hasn't dropped down or anything. It just looks like he's just catching the fat part of the plate. He's just way too much of the plate, and guys know he's around the plate.
Yeah, because he's
like
not
Kirby.
He's not walking anybody.
Yeah, even in these struggles, he hasn't walked. Right. I don't think he's got a walk in. I had the numbers all combined. I don't know if Lefko put those up there, but yeah, I don't think he has a walk in either of the last 2 starts, as horrible as they've been.
He does not.
So
yeah, 0 walks. So he's throwing it in the meat of the plate.
And those guys are smart. They know him and Kirby especially. Like, hey, man, jump on these guys. They're going to be around the plate 98% of the time. Right. Get aggressive with them. And that's what you see guys doing. They're ambushing, they're jumping out early in the count. They're getting on him because he's around the plate. But yeah, that was weird to see. We'll talk more about him later. But just seeing that, and then seeing Castillo yesterday, where I'm looking at people on social media celebrating the fact, well, he only gave up 4. I'm like, yeah, that's better than 7, but it's still not. This guy was your ace at one point. This is the highest paid player on your team. This is the front of the rotation guy at one point, and now we're celebrating that he only gave up 4. I'm like, are we lowering the bar that far? Like that's not great. Yeah, it's better than the last game where he gave up 7, but 6 and 4, not awesome.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was like acceptable if you had your offense working and you weren't, you would think, okay, well, maybe it's just like a slow repair for him. But then, you have all those other things going on, not to mention the injuries and everything. So, yeah, I mean, now all of a sudden these things that were like, oh, he'll be fine. Now all of a sudden it becomes concerning.
Yeah, it's yeah, really frustrating. Really, I don't blame anybody. We got people texting in, season's over. Look, I'm frustrated too, but I'm not cashing in the season. This team has shown you they can be very good. Donovan will be back hopefully very soon. Hopefully Bryce Miller will be back very soon. They're going to be whole, if you will. And here's a little update. This is Justin Hollander speaking with the media as it pertains to the injuries and, which, as you said, Dave, they're starting to pile up a bit. But here he is on Friday giving the update on Bryce Miller.
Bryce is doing great. For those who watched or saw his outing last night, he felt great. Stuff looks good. Next outing will be on May the 6th with the goal of 65, maybe 70 pitches. And we'll see where he's at after that. But most important thing, he's feeling great and it's coming out great.
Yeah, so he's got at least 2 more starts. He's got the 6th. Because they got to get him stretched out, get his pitch count up. So he's got at least a couple more starts in Tacoma.
Yeah.
But that's good news. He came out of the last one, didn't give up a run, went 4 innings. So, hopefully that continues to trend that way. And then the guy we talked about him Friday, but we've kind of forgotten about is Victor Robles. You just kind of forgot all about that guy, and Justin giving an update on him.
Victor Robles is going to go out on a rehab assignment on Sunday. We'll assess weekly how he's doing. Does he need more? Is he ready to go? So I'd say a minimum of 7 days of a rehab assignment on the absolute short end, but we'll assess sort of week to week how he's doing on that rehab, but making good progress. He's throwing to bases. I think the last thing he needs to check off the box is throwing to home from the outfield and cutting it loose, but feels really good. He's made really good progress over the last week, 10 days.
Yeah, maybe he can be a spark to come in, and, he is a spark. I mean, that guy, he's just got tons of juice. But, yeah, he's somebody that we've kind of been, okay with right field. But, yeah, maybe he can provide some kind of a difference. But, yeah, I was just looking at the IL list this morning and how long it's getting. It becomes very concerning. You see Donovan 10-day, Cal now is day-to-day. Will Wilson, Matt Brash, you mentioned, Vargas, Bryce Miller on the, hopefully him and Victor Robles are going to be back soon. But, yeah, I mean, it's starting to pile up on the injury list there. So hopefully Robles can provide that kind of spark. Because remember, he's a good outfielder. I mean, he'll catch anything, but also he's really good on the bases, and maybe he can provide. He's always, like we said, he's a pest.
Yeah,
he's a pest on the bases.
Yeah, if he can get somewhere close to who he was when he got here, which was a guy who was getting on base in order to be a pest. He hasn't had a steady run. It feels like since then. Last year obviously was derailed with the injury. This year's been derailed to this point with the injury. So him finding his rhythm at the plate, we'll worry about his ability to throw to home from right field when that time comes. But just his ability to get out there and play and hopefully steal some bases, because he can be a problem. He can be a pest, and he is their best defensive right fielder that they've got between Rayleigh, Canzone, Ref Snyder, and I guess now Connor Joe. So you got a lot of options in right field. He is their best defensive option. But Yeah, you kind of forgot all about him just because he's been out of sight for so long. Yeah. I mean, he hardly got started, and he's dealing with an injury. So, yeah, a couple of those guys, obviously, Bryce Miller working his way back, Donovan working his way back. So hopefully that's sooner than later, and that list will hopefully not include Cal. We'll see what goes on. But, man, just so evasive about that whole thing. Still don't know. All we know is right side. His right side is sore.
It's his right side. I didn't hear the word oblique. That would have been annoying.
Didn't hear it.
It was almost like a hockey injury update.
Yeah.
His side is sore, and it stayed sore, Mike.
Yeah.
Stayed sore.
That was the big reveal, that it was his side, because the day before, Dan was just not giving it up. Just general soreness.
Well, at least we got to side.
Yeah.
Which side?
Yeah. I think they said right side, didn't they?
Is it right side?
Yeah, right side.
Right side.
I think Cal said right side.
Yeah, they probably said, why did you say that?
Yeah, I was going to say.
I mean, general soreness is more vague than even hockey, because you have to qualify upper or lower body.
Yeah, they didn't even give
more
us
vague
that.
than hockey.
Oof. Yeah. All right, let's take two.
Well, unfortunately, Cal is out of the lineup for a third straight game. Start of the series against the Braves. Mariners are facing Braves rookie J.R. Ritchie, a right-hander. He's a Seattle native who's going to make his third career start tonight.
And he's off to a good start. He's got an ERA under 3. This is the best team in baseball in terms of record. They're the highest scoring team. They've scored more runs than any team in baseball. Feels like the wrong time for this team to show up in town.
Yeah, it really does. The only thing worse is if we were playing in Atlanta. But, if you look at their pitching and their hitting, which we'll get into later, oh, my God. I mean, this is a team that's very well balanced and not – it doesn't look like a get-right type of moment.
No.
I don't think that's what we're going to see.
But wouldn't that be very Mariners to go out there and take 2 of 3 from the best team in baseball?
Especially at this point.
You get swept by the last place Royals, and the best team comes in, you take 2 of 3, or maybe even 3. Let's just take 3.
Okay.
Well, big injury news in the baseball world earlier today. The Tigers put Tarek Skubal on the IL. He has to undergo surgery to remove loose bodies in his elbow. And then Jeff Passan, who originally broke the news, gave an estimate roughly 2 to 3 months before he returns.
That's a big deal.
Brutal.
Yeah, that is a big deal because the Tigers are right there. They're tied for first with the Guardians. Another division that's not great. They're both 1 game over 500. And then the rest of the division, the White Sox, Royals, and Twins are all under 500, much like the AL West. Not a great division. But, yeah, that's huge for that team.
Well, they were talking this morning on the MLB Network and how the interleague play right now, the National League is 93-72, and it's like one of the highest win percentages, in years. Basically, just dominant. But maybe we got a doctor or two out there that can tell us about loose bodies. It's just something floating around in the elbow, and just got to take it out. Seems like, okay, well, it's not like he's having Tommy John or anything like that, but 2 to 3 months.
Yeah, that's a good chunk of time. All right, Take Two is brought to you by Swedish Cyberknife. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish Cyberknife. Swedish.org/Cyberknife Prostate. What we thought was a bit of a blip has now turned into maybe some cause for concern. I'll tell you what we're talking about. Coming up next with Wyman and Bob at Seattle Sports on 710.
You can stream every pitch of every inning of every game all season long. Oh, and it's completely free.
It's a tremendous catch.
Only on the Seattle Sports app. That's right. The free Seattle Sports app puts every single Mariners game right in the palm of your hand.
On a platter, come and get it.
One app, every game. Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcast.
Holy smokes, what a play.
Pretty awesome, right? Just like the Mariners.
Let's talk about your hair. Well, maybe after we talk about my hair. I've got great hair, as you know, and it's because of Advanced Hair. Yep, Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but it's close to it. They put hair where you need it most, and bam, it grows. It's actual science. Advanced Hair has top-rated physicians, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins to regrow the very next day. It's even guaranteed to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation now at 425-449-8185. Mention Curly to qualify for $250 off and $250 free hair grafts. It's a limited time offer. Advanced Hair, the winner of the 425 Business of the Year, and the team that gave me my hair back. More importantly, they'll do the same for you Guaranteed. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Hey there, Dawn Reiling from Olympic Hot Tub. Time to celebrate spring and warmer days ahead. Get ready by adding a hot tub, swim spa, or sauna at home to take better care of you and your family. For nearly 50 years, Olympic has been offering products to help people live better. During our Soak, Sauna, and Swim event, find your perfect wellness solution and save thousands through May 10th. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Olympic Hot Tub.
It's a brave face we put on. We never want to be any trouble. But you know, getting older isn't all smiles and birthday parties. Sometimes it's facing the fact that we are aging. And you know what? That can be pretty hard. If you need a little support or just want to talk to someone, 988 is here for you. It's free and it's confidential. Call 988 anywhere, anytime. A message from the Washington State Department of Health.
We've all been there, sleepless nights, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy knowing we're here for you. BayAlarm.com.
I really want to have the most amazing customer experience. I want people to be excited.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com. Mariners and Braves tonight at T-Mobile. 6:40 first pitch, 5:30 pregame. Hear every pitch live for free on the Seattle Sports app.
What if you could have the most reliable Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee.
Just 5 years of fiber-powered Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most.
That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included.
Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi.
Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that.
Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Powered by fiber. Connected to the premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
Hey, what a surprise. We got tons of rain here in the Northwest in the late winter into the spring. It all adds up. Now's the time of the year when the ground becomes completely saturated with water, and that can cause real problems in your crawl space. It's Mike Salk here, and groundwater intrusion in crawl spaces, it's pretty common, but it's got to be addressed before it causes structural damage or even worse, toxic mold in your home. You don't want any part of that. That's why if you're worried about any groundwater in your crawl space, you call Crawl Pros and you get a free corner-to-corner inspection. They'll climb into that crawl space, see what the condition is. They will go where you don't want to, definitely where I didn't want to. They came to my house and handled all this stuff. If they find water, they'll install a groundwater drainage system and a sump pump and reroute that water outside your home's footprint where it belongs. Don't take the risk. Do what I did. Have Crawl Pros come out for that free corner-to-corner inspection. They'll even check your attic at the same time. If you're worried that anything is going on with your crawl space or attic, call Crawl Pros or visit crawlpros.com.
This hour is brought to you by Legacy Group Capital Common Sense Lending.
Wyman and Bob.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
Weekdays 2 to 7.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Text line is there for you at 866-979-3776. You want to weigh in on the Mariners, your thoughts, you want to vent. It's therapeutic. It's cathartic.
Somebody texted in, Joe in Bellevue, actually, who's pretty good. He's not one of the Morans.
No.
He said it's Cal's right pinky toe.
Is that what it is? Ryan Rowland-Smith, by the way, will be with us at 3 p.m. for his weekly conversation. Jon Morosi will be with us for his weekly conversation at 4 p.m. today, so stay tuned for those appearances. And again, you guys can text in throughout at 866-979-3776. We touched on this briefly in the opening segment. Brian Wu, how concerned should we be? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm starting to get, you and I, because like I said earlier, you sent me that text because on Friday we're like, forget it. That was just a one-off.
Yeah.
It was a one-off, no problem. But I don't know, man. I mean, that's what, we saw with George Kirby. His walk rate kind of went up a little bit. Mm-hmm. And, he's trying to do things differently. But with Wu, I mean, he hasn't walked anybody. So, I guess that indicates that he's throwing them down the pipe. And, just the location, it seems kind of concerning. And I think it just seems like with pitchers, if it gets in their head and it becomes a thing, then that's where it's a problem. And that's what I'm thinking, that's strike two for him, right? And if that happens again, then it will genuinely be concerning. But, I'm past the point where it's like, oh, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Now you're watching a little closer.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the same for me because I was like, there's no way we're going to see that again.
All right.
And, okay, it wasn't as bad as the previous one, but it was not good at all. I mean, the last two outings combined, he's got a total of 9 innings, 16 hits, 13 runs, 6 home runs in 2 games, 3 strikeouts in total, no walks, so there's that. But 6 home runs, 13 runs given up. His ERA went from 2.25 to 4.61.
Brutal. Well, and prior to the last 2 outings, he had not given up a home run.
Yeah, he'd been on fire.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the picture of consistency. And here he is just talking about how he had trouble finishing off batters when he'd get them down in the count.
Just didn't execute later. I feel like I got ahead fine. But either wasted too many pitches in the middle of that bat and let him get back in, and then just didn't execute well with 2 strikes. Fell behind to a few guys that got into some, predictable accounts. But, it's baseball.
And then he compared that outing to the one in St. Louis.
St. Louis kind of just got hit the same way. A lot of the same approaches from their lineup. Tonight seemed like more mistakes on my end in the first inning. And then, the 6th was just can't, fall behind 2-0 and get back in. And then Cagliano's, we threw him a lot of early spin and, it's an 0 homer, good on him for making an adjustment. But, like I said, still doesn't make it any easier.
Well, I'll tell you what, it'll be really interesting seeing his next outing, which is scheduled for this Wednesday coming up, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, that's and that's the day game that we're going to be down there, and so hopefully when we go into that little presser that they do, they're probably going to have Brian Wu in there, good or bad, and I'll be very curious to see what happens because now all of a sudden it's like it was easy for us to just blow it off and say, okay, that was just a one-off. But now all of a sudden it looks like maybe it might be a problem.
Yeah, it's
not going to be easy either because if you look at the Braves, I mean, I think they're like let's see, as far as walks go, they don't walk basically because they're too busy just slaughtering the ball right now.
You're talking about the Braves?
The Braves offensively. So I mean, this is not going to be an easy way to, I mean, if he is able to do it, it'll be phenomenal because this is a great offensive team. They're number 1 in average, slug, OPS. So, yeah, I mean, this is, they have the 4th fewest strikeouts. So this offense is for real. So this is going to be a huge test. I think everybody's eyes is going to be on Brian Wu on Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Braves have scored 205 runs so far this season. The next closest team is 185.
Yeah.
In the Chicago Cubs. So, and the Yankees have scored 180, but 205 runs scored. So they can hit, they can pitch.
Yeah.
They've got the best record at 25-10 in all of baseball. We'll see. I mean, they're going to lose games too, and maybe this will be the team that we went into that series with the Royals going, yeah, it's a good team, but they're really struggling right now. They're in last place, so you should win this series.
Right.
And they came to life, so maybe the Mariners come to life against this team. I don't know. It doesn't feel like that's being realistic right now based on how they've been playing, but they got to get their pitching back in order. Wu was not good, as we just chronicled, and then. Am I being too hard on Castillo? I feel like we're setting the bar way too low for him to say, hey, that was better. Yeah, okay, so he didn't give up 7. That's great. I can appreciate that fact. He's still the worst pitcher in this rotation right now. He's got an ERA of 6.29. And in this game, he went 6, which is great. You give your bullpen a break. But he gave up 4 runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. I mean, that's not the Rock. That's not the guy you look to. You haven't gotten that guy outside of his first game of the season, his first start.
Yeah.
He was that guy in that game against the Yankees and hasn't been since. Haven't seen him since. And that was not him in this game even. There were moments, he's had moments in each of these games where he'll look great, and there's that changeup. Oh, there's that velocity. There's this, there's that. And he'll have a good stretch. But in the end, you're looking at the results going, yeah, this is untenable. It's got to be better than this. You got to get more out of that. So that can't be every 5th day. We're going to have to score at least 5 or 6 if we want to win. That can't be how it is.
Well, how much of that is because of what's going on with Wu? Because we always talk about it like it's an offensive line. It's okay if you had, because that's kind of what we had. 4 of the 5 offensive linemen were really good and
Right.
scored well, basically. And now all of a sudden, if you have Brian Wu, because I'm okay having one guy that's kind of the weak link, you can kind of get through it. But now that Brian Wu is starting to struggle, now all of a sudden it makes it like, okay, now we can't really have you be that guy anymore, Luis Castillo.
It certainly makes it more urgent. Certainly, you've got 2 guys who you feel really good about, at least me right now, in Emerson Hancock and Kirby.
Yeah.
Logan hasn't been Logan yet. He's had moments. Again, all of these guys have had their moments. Even Brian Wu in that game got off to a terrible start, and then he retired the next 13 in a row. And you're like, okay, he's got it figured out. He's back. Okay, Here we are. And then the 6th inning, as he touched on, it fell apart again. So all of these guys, even Luis yesterday and Wu in his outing where he had that stretch, and even Logan, they've had their moments where you're going, that's the guy. There he is. But it's a matter of just being that guy for the entirety of the game. And to me, we haven't seen the 2024 Logan yet. Seen it in spots, seen it in moments. But, yeah, between Wu now, Castillo, and Gilbert, I'm not certain what I'm getting when they take the hill. Whereas especially with Wu, there was a tremendous amount of certainty.
Yeah.
Like, I was penciling it in like it's going to be 3 runs or less. He's going to give you at least 6, and he's going to give you a chance to win. It was always more about the offense would be my focus when he started. Now, any of those 3 guys, I'm like, yeah, I'm not certain what I'm going to get out of any of them.
Yeah. Well, and 253 is kind of saying, kind of what I was saying, that Wu is where Kirby was last year. He needs to learn how to pitch outside of the zone. And if you always throw strikes, they eventually just swing at everything. So, yeah, that seems like that's kind of where they're at, where he is at anyway. So,
and then you throw on Munoz on top of it.
Yeah.
He comes in and I'm like, I don't know what we're getting. I mean, he came in, immediately gives up a hit, then a balk, blows the save. You're just like, he's got an ERA is 6.23. That's your closer.
Yeah.
And all these guys can, it can all get fixed, but it's all happening at the same time where I'm just looking at all of them going, how do I feel when they take the mound? Not great.
Yeah.
Not great with any of the 4 we just talked about. But
well, I think at this point, we're going to look back at this point, next year and go, wow, this, they either went one way or the other because, you've got all the injuries going on right now. You got guys making bonehead plays, and then now all of a sudden the most reliable part of your team is starting to show some pretty major weaknesses.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that. Meanwhile, one pending decision did become very easy after this weekend for the Mariners. We'll tell you what that's about. Coming up next, it's Wyman and Bob. This is Seattle Sports on 710.
You can stream every pitch of every inning of every game all season long. Oh, and it's completely free.
It's a tremendous catch.
Only on the Seattle Sports app. That's right. The free Seattle Sports app puts every single Mariners game right in the palm of your hand.
On a platter, come and get it.
One app, every game. Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcast.
Holy smokes, what a play.
Pretty awesome, right? Just like the Mariners.
Hey, it's Bob Stelton here. Look, if you're somebody dealing with joint pain, this will be of interest to you. Wednesday, May 13th, Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, is having a free live webinar to talk about stem cell therapy.
Hey, it's Dave Wyman here as well, and this live webinar is a great education on how using your own stem cells can be an extremely successful method to help regenerate native, meaning your own, tissue in your rotator cuffs, meniscus tears, and reduce pain in osteoarthritic joints.
And I'm somebody that went through it myself. I went through the 90-minute outpatient procedure, had a problematic hip for years, thought I was looking at surgery, went to Dr. Wagner. He took a look at the imaging and said, I can help you. Doesn't fix everything. I had a lot of issues in there, but I think he undersold it because it's night and day, and the talk of surgery is out the window.
Yeah, you hear that from a lot of people, and whether it's a shoulder, an elbow, a hip like Bob had, knee, even wrists and ankles, this live webinar will explain the procedure, how simple and safe it is using your own stem cells.
And Dr. Wagner, by the way, has performed over 20,000 stem cell procedures. So if you have joint pain, his free live stem cell webinar, Wednesday, May 13th at 6 p.m. is where you want to go to learn about stem cell therapy.
You can register at drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
Mr. Big-Time Capital One Bank guy.
Mom, please.
Well, look at this Capital One Cafe. I just might move in.
Or just drop by. Capital One Cafes are open 7 days a week.
I could put my spoon collection right here by the ATM, yes.
Wow, you weren't kidding, Mom.
I never kid about the spoon collection, son. Oh, hey, what's that thing you always say?
There's no fees or minimums on Capital One checking accounts.
No, the other one.
What's in your wallet?
Oh, that's my boy.
Terms apply. Visit CapitalOne.com/bankguy for details. Capital One and member FDIC.
Chris Canty here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that your fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required, not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Got any markdowns on brakes?
We mark Duralast brake pads down to free.
Free Duralast brake pads?
When you buy 2 rotors.
Can I get Duralast Gold pads for free?
With 2 Duralast Gold rotors, and there's a lifetime warranty on brake pads.
That's a huge markdown for so many miles.
Save on brakes and more during Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our kids zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
5-Star Window Cleaning reminds parents the fatal crash rate for teens peaks at age 19, and we lose nearly 8 kids every day. Make a family agreement to never drive under the influence of alcohol or drugs, text behind the wheel, or ride with anyone who is. Always designate a sober driver, call a parent or ride share, and let's bring our children home safely. Best wishes to all our kids from the entire team at 5-Star Window Cleaning, the commercial and residential window and pressure washing expert since 2010. Online at 5star-windows.com.
Mariners and Braves tonight at T-Mobile. 6:40 first pitch, 5:30 pregame. Hear every pitch live for free on the Seattle Sports app.
For those diagnosed with anxiety, depression, or PTSD, Northwest Ketamine Clinics wants you to know there is hope. After only 3 weeks of treatment, 86% of patients report a reduction in symptoms. Northwest Ketamine Clinics was the first ketamine clinic in the Northwest, opened 9 years ago. They now have locations in Seattle, Tacoma, and Bellevue, with more than 50,000 treatments given. Find reviews and video testimonials from real patients on their website, including Brandon.
To anyone thinking about giving it a try, if you have depression, ADHD, bipolar, any of those things feel like they would vastly benefit from it.
Everyone's path to healing is different. Schedule a free consultation today to find out if ketamine therapy is right for you. They have immediate availability, so you can get started this week. Welcome to the Pacific Northwest's most experienced ketamine center. Book a free phone or video consult at nwketamineclinics.com. Healing starts here.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either. Because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself and Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
Wyman and Bob.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
Weekdays 2 to 7.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Text line is there for you at 866-979-3776. Coming up at 3 p.m., top of the hour, Ryan Rowland-Smith will join us for his weekly conversation. We'll get his take on everything going on with this team right now. There was a tweet from our Mariners insider, Shannon Dreyer, about 22 minutes ago. It says, at least one roster move should be coming as Jose Suarez is in the Mariners clubhouse. Josh Simpson and Ryan Bliss also have lockers. So I don't know if there are going to be multiple moves, what's going on there. See if maybe Cal does get moved to the IL. He's not in today's lineup. So we'll see what that means. But that was from Shannon Dreyer about 22 minutes ago. So we'll keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, some of the good news, and we touched on this briefly, was the outing for Emerson Hancock, who was had already set a career high in strikeouts, I believe, in his first outing this year. 9 strikeouts was his career high. He topped that, and he's got the major league best so far in one game with 14 strikeouts in one game, and here's number 14.
The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Badly fooled on a sweeper. Emerson Hancock, strikeout 14, continues to end his career high on a brilliant night. A devastating sweeper. No chance for Massey. Incredible.
Yeah, 46 strikeouts now in, 7 outings? Just phenomenal. And, after that game, I was thinking, next time we play that game, where are we with the rotation and where are we ranking them?
Right now, he's your best starter.
Yeah, he's number 1.
He's got an ERA under 3. He's been wildly consistent. He's gone at least – there's only 2 of his 7 starts where he didn't go at least 6 innings, and in both of those he went 5. But he's been far better than I ever anticipated he would be. I've said this a million times, but I just had the hope, give me 5 and 3, maybe you can give us 6, just give the team a chance. Those were my expectations for him, because that's what he'd been. He'd been a guy who'd been pretty solid. Didn't really get his doors blown off we saw it, at the beginning of last year, and then he came back and he was rock solid. So you're expecting him just to be a guy who could pitch well enough to keep you in the game and let your offense work. And he's been so much more than that. And he was throwing hard late in the game when he was, coming to the end of his turnout there, and he talked about how he was able to get the velocity up late in his outing.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that's like the evolution, right? I think that's what you're just trying to do is learn as you go, continue to work on things. I give our high performance staff a lot of credit. Just my body feels great. I feel like I'm moving really, really well. And, like you said, it's kind of like the work behind the scenes that is able to kind of show up later in the game like that.
Yeah. I mean, he throws 103 pitches in that game.
Yeah.
No walks, 1 earned run, 6 hits, 7 innings, 14 strikeouts.
Yeah, I'm just looking at his pitch count. I mean, 82 is the fewest he's thrown, but you mentioned 103. He's thrown 94, 97, 98. So yeah, he's just been phenomenal. He's statistically, he's their best pitcher. He would be number one right now, and that's something that we probably had Wu there for the last year
plus,
year and a half.
Yeah, and because it was true. I mean, he has been. I expect Wu will get back there. I'm not panicking, but I'm watching him closely, certainly with a different level of concern, scrutiny, interest, if you will. But Hancock, to me, is barring him falling on his face in his next couple starts before Miller's healthy. Let's say Miller's got 2 more starts, and we'll say Hancock's got 2 more. Unless he just goes Brian Wu, gives up 13 earned runs in 2 starts, his spot in this rotation is cemented. You couldn't possibly make a case for removing him from this rotation. Mm-hmm. That would be malpractice. Yeah. There would be riots in the streets. The Mariner fan base would revolt.
Bob, I think you would be the first one to light a car on fire.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. I'd be burning couches, whatever people do in those situations. I would be. I mean, it would. I don't know how. I don't even know how they would go about explaining why that would make sense. Yeah. He's your best starter right now. How could you possibly make a case? And I'm not saying they're going to, but he's always been the discussion piece. It's always been thought of because he was taking Bryce Miller's spot while Bryce was healing. And the assumption obviously is when Bryce is ready to go, okay, he's going to resume his spot in that rotation. And now what do you do with Hancock? Does he go to the bullpen? Do you send him down to keep getting start? What do you do? Well, now, to me, it's how do you fit who else's spot is in jeopardy? Because it can't be his. Mm-hmm. It's got to be Castillo. And I understand that comes with more complication based on his salary, his tenure, who he's been. Maybe it's a much more delicate situation to either, and I don't know, is he a guy that can really work in a bullpen? Does he have to go to the IL with the arm fatigue, some sort of mystery IL, something along those lines? But to me, this spot is not up for grabs anymore. Yeah. It's now Hancock, Wu, Kirby, Gilbert, and who?
Say it again.
It's Hancock, Kirby, Wu, Gilbert. You figure out who the 5th spot is.
Yeah, no, that's right. Right, he's earned that, no question. I mean, he's tied for 11th as far as most strikeouts in Major League Baseball right now. And I don't know. This is one thing that makes me kind of hopeful about that Wu and Logan will become Logan is just because the Mariners have done such a good job. Would they pick him number 6 pick in the draft? I think
Hancock number 6 overall.
Emerson was So. I mean, they've always done such a great job developing those guys, and I still think they're for real. And maybe just have to make a little bit of a tweak here and there, but it just become automatic, for the Mariners, just the way that they've developed pitching. So, yeah, I don't want to have to push the panic button. The only problem is that this offense that's coming in here. I mean, they're number one. Look at you got Ichiro out there
pitching.
He's pitching.
Yeah, they're showing on MLB Network. He's in the outfield and he's setting up and he's pitching in the outfield. So
why? Oh, maybe they're gonna bring him in.
Yeah, maybe he's gonna maybe he's gonna be activated. He's gonna come out of retirement and work his magic up there.
It's funny. They had J.P. Crawford. They were interviewing probably on MLB Network, and he's turning around, smiling, looking at everybody's watching Ichiro go out there and have a pitching session.
Yeah, love it. I love it. All right, we'll get a lot of answers to our questions with this guy who knows a thing or two about pitching. Ryan Rowland-Smith is going to join us next with Wyman and Bob. This is Seattle Sports on 710.
Rock and Song, morning 6 to 10.
The great Daniel Jeremiah, we spent a lot of time talking with you about Jadarian Price. Is he the starting running back game one of the season?
I would imagine so, and then you're going to kind of be able to ease Charbonnet back in. He can do everything you want to do. So, yeah, I think he's fully capable of being that guy. Vision, balance. His ability in the passing game, I think, is underrated. I think he's going to be able to do some things, catch the ball out of the backfield. He's got good hands from that standpoint.
Only on Seattle Sports.
Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision.
If you're over 50 and you've been diagnosed with a cataract, or your vision is changing as you're developing an early cataract, you could be a perfect candidate for K2 Vision RLE.
It's inevitable. At some point, typically in your 60s or 70s, you'll have a dysfunctional lens that eventually becomes a cataract. To restore your vision, you will someday need a procedure such as refractive lens exchange.
The question is, are you done with glasses? Do you want to spend your good, active years hassling with changing prescriptions and needing readers?
K2 Vision RLE can give you great vision now, permanently, and you'll never develop that cataract. The procedure is quick and painless, and our state-of-the-art custom lens technologies give highly predictable outcomes.
K2 Vision doctors have performed over 150,000 procedures. They know when it's your right time for RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consult today at k2visionrle.com. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
Our first Mark Challenge victory is Aaron McCoy from McCoy Home Solutions, yet another small business owner that took the First Mark Insurance Challenge. Aaron, why did you make the call to First Mark Insurance?
My company has grown to a space where we need a higher level of coverage. A couple of factors led me to say, boy, I really need to find something new, and First Mark really rang that bell.
First Mark save you and your business money?
Oh, yeah. They have decreased overall expense in a couple categories by up to 30%, coverage in a couple of areas by greater than 50%. They've offered coverage in 2 new categories that I think are pertinent for my business, and they've greatly impacted what that coverage and those margins look like.
Kind of wish you made the call earlier.
I absolutely do. Yeah.
So if you're a small business owner that wants to take the stress of insurance off your plate, do what Aaron McCoy did for McCoy Home Solutions. Make the call to First Mark Insurance. They're your teammate that goes to work for you. FirstMarkInsurance.com.
This baseball season, Home Comfort Alliance is changing the game. John Curley here. Get the price of a new heating and AC system in just 60 seconds on your phone with no pressure, no waiting. Just a few questions and you get a winning personalized price. That's a home run. And if your system is over 12 years old, it could be costing you up to 20% more or could soon fail. Score a personalized price for a new system in 60 seconds at HomeComfortAlliance.com. Call the comfort people. Home Comfort Alliance.
Have a troublesome tree in need of removal? P&D Tree Service is up to the task. Local experts in tree removal for residential and commercial. If it's 1 tree or 15 trees, close quarters or land clearing, call P&D Tree. They'll get the job done safely and quickly, turning multi-day jobs into a few hours, saving you time and money. They'll clear trees away from homes to help you save on home insurance. They specialize in large tree removal. Ever see a tree removed by crane? PNDTreeservice.com.
Windows are our home's top target for break-ins. At Lake Washington Windows and Doors, we offer added security with our exclusive 3-layer security glass protection. Combined with our lifetime warranty, you'll have lifetime peace of mind. Choose Lake Washington Windows and Doors, a name you can trust.
This Memorial Day, feel the freedom of lower energy bills. Lake Washington Windows and Doors is taking $525 off every window, plus $1,000 off every patio or entry door. Plus, enjoy 12 months free financing. LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
This is Rick Jones of Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. As a family law attorney, I know firsthand the challenges and obstacles men face in divorce and custody matters. Our firm is committed to protecting what matters most, and we're on your team. Find us at goldbergjones.com.
Olympic has the perfect way to celebrate spring. A hot tub, swim spa, or sauna at home to take better care of you and your family. Through May 10th, you'll save thousands on the perfect wellness solution for your home. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day for baseball.
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house. Case in point, your ticket might be for the view level, but it's more like Skyline City. Up here, it's hard to say what'll take your breath away first. The gorgeous Seattle sunsets or the spectacular views of every incredible play.
What a moment
If you like value with a view, it's the perfect place to take quality time with the family to a whole new level. Literally.
Bases clearing, 3-run double, everybody on their feet here at T-Mobile Park.
Mariners baseball. Trident's up.
The Mariners' upcoming giveaway lineup is stacked. Hello Kitty clear crossbody bags May 15th, thanks to Starbucks. Salute to Armed Forces military caps May 16th, thanks to Boeing. And Josh Naylor's Mariners bobblehead debut May 18th and 19th, brought to you by Western Washington Toyota dealers. Get tickets at mariners.com.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Mariners looking to get back in the win column as they welcome the best team in baseball to town. The Atlanta Braves come in with a 25-10 record, scored more runs than any other team in the game so far this season. They send Logan Gilbert out to the hill. He faces off against J.R. Ritchie. You can catch it all starting at 5:30 with the pregame show. 6:40 first pitch right here, Seattle Sports on 710.
Snapshot brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This hour of Wyman and Bob is brought to you by K2 Vision RLE.
I actually talked about it on You Betcha on the podcast.
He is an unrivaled source of baseball knowledge.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
A guy who always has your back.
Pants back on, try and make the uniform look sweet in a split second. Come out, and I'm trying to open the door. I'm like, what the? And I said, listen, buddy, put your babysitting shoes on because Dad's going out for Father's Day. You got to watch Top Gun. You guys don't listen when I speak. I'm talking to a brick wall right now.
Ryan Rowland-Smith, every week with Wyman and Bob.
That's the open right there.
Look at him. Just smiling ear to ear.
What are you smiling at?
I don't know.
What's the matter
I don't know.
with you?
It's been a good day. The sun's out.
Sun's out. He's talking to us. What do you mean? What's he smiling about?
How many times do I have to tell you this is the best 15 to 20 minutes of my week right here?
Right
talking
here.
To you guys.
Looks forward to it every week like we do.
Right.
It's Ryan Rowland-Smith with us on the Emerald Queen Casino Sportsbook Hotline. Good to see you, buddy. We chatted a bit at the game the other night. One of three debacles. I mean, what a series, Ryan. I don't even know where to start with this. Let's start with the positive. Let's go positive. I want to get your take on Emerson Hancock because not only was he phenomenal, he's been wildly consistent. He's been so far above what I expected out of him to the point I'm looking at it now going, this is not a decision. He's in the rotation. You need to figure out who's not in the rotation beyond him when Miller's ready to come back. It would be malpractice to take this guy out of the rotation right now.
For sure. And could we end on the positive and start with all the bad stuff? So at the lasting impression, everyone's like, oh, yeah, Ryan's awesome. Now everyone's going to hate me, if they don't already. No, look, first of all, Emerson Hancock, you talked about the timing of it. And he's been dealing with this the last 3 years, right, where he's been the sixth guy, getting an opportunity because, one of the horses in that rotation is injured. And then next thing you know, someone's coming off the IL and every pitch he throws is magnified and then he starts to make mistakes or he starts to slip and then they gives the front office justification to make a switch with him. Because if you notice too, guys, and he probably won't admit this to full extent now, but maybe 5 years or a couple of months after he's done playing and however many years that is, he'll look back and go, man, those first couple of years of trying to be an established major league pitcher and only getting that chance because I was in telling these kids, oh, Dad was in a really good rotation and then they're all kind of ranked higher than me, but I had to scratch and claw just to get every start I could. And every time they're coming back, I felt the pressure. He probably won't admit all that now, but think about the last couple of years. If you look at the outings closer to that return date from any other pitcher, and Emerson Hancock would tell you, I just want the team to win, and I'm hoping whoever, Bryce Miller or whoever's coming, George Kirby coming back from the IL last year, I want them to be healthy. And no. Personally, man, you're looking over your shoulder every 2 seconds. So, man, I'm just super happy for him. The timing couldn't be better. And by the way, too, that outing, I know everyone talks about, you got all these swings and misses, everything else. In the sixth inning in that game, I kept watching him. He kept, speaking and looking over your shoulder, looking out to the bullpen. I've been there 1,000 times. I'm like, man, my leash is short here. I'm just trying to buy another at-bat so I can get through this sixth inning. And then he gets through the sixth. Dan Wilson says, hey, no, go back out for the seventh. Yeah. And then he just had that quick 1, 2, 3, dominant. The way he finished the other night was that to me was the turning point for him, man. And
his
you're right,
velocity was still there.
Velocity was still there. He's had trouble with the release
sweeper.
point. The sweeper. You know the sweeper, and in the four seam too. He's thrown the random sweeper to the backstop. Why? Because he's calibrating everything. He's trying to calibrate is off because you got that new arm slot, and it's hard when you get 60, 70 times through your outing to do it. And he was able to do that 100 times, 103 times the other night. It was awesome the other night, man. A lot of fun.
All right, Ryan.
Let's get to the bad stuff. Thanks, Dave.
Well,
Yeah,
I was going to
appreciate
say, we'll find something positive to end on. Definitely.
All right.
We'll leave you laughing, okay? So, tell us about Brian Wu, just exactly what's going on. We're getting lots of texters, lots of experts about what the problem is and everything. What do you see?
Well, what are the texters saying? I'm curious what they got on it.
Well, somebody
Brian
was
Wu.
saying that that he hasn't walked. And that was kind of, my observation. He hasn't walked a lot of pitchers, and maybe he's throwing it. He's leaving it down the middle a little bit too much.
Yeah.
But,
well,
I played linebacker. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So they're spot on, right? So with Brian Wu, it's one of these, the way he pitches, right? You love the fact he's on the attack all the time. And I'm not going to sit here and start flashing up little heat map cards of where that sinker's ending up in the strike zone or not ending up in the strike zone, anything like that. But just to talk about it a little bit, you've got a rotation right now where Logan Gilbert, who, by the way, he's struggling to get deeper into games. He went 5 innings last time. Only gave up the 1 run. Still plenty of swing and miss and everything. You got Logan Gilbert, George Kirby, and Brian Wu, all 3 in 1 rotation, all in the top 10. When you talk about inside zone swing percentage, first pitch swing percentage, and overall swing percentage, that is wild. So the plan of attack is, if you're going to be in the strike zone a ton, I'm coming up hacking. I'm swinging. The difference to me when I'm watching Brian Wu, and if I'm going to pick apart some of the pitches, let's talk about the sinker, for example. If you look at a heat map from Brian Wu, he's either sinker in the middle of the plate, especially the lefties too, sinker in the middle of the plate, or he's missing in. He hasn't quite got that feel for glove side with that sinker. When that ball that kind of runs back out over the plate, George Kirby throws that pitch, and Bazada's now throwing that pitch. It doesn't have a ton of depth to it. It just has that run back out over the plate where the lefties put their hands up in the end, righties away from him give up on that pitch. So he hasn't got that pitch. That was a separator last year. I did a full breakdown on MLB Central about that sinker, and that was the difference last year, in my opinion. This year, he hasn't quite got that pitch, and you can look at heat maps all day to figure that out against lefties. But to me, when I'm watching Brian Wu, the problem you run into, if you are going to be in the strike zone a ton, the margin for error is so much less when they're in swing mode. In other words, you have to be, as dumb as this sounds, outside the middle of the strike zone. If you are not willing to go 2-0, 2-1 because you're expanding early on a lineup that's going to be aggressive. And by the way, the last couple, the Royals are really aggressive overall. St. Louis Cardinals really aggressive overall. If you are up against a team that is going to be that aggressive, you've got to be comfortable. We talked about this with George Kirby last year. You have to be comfortable getting a little deeper into counts for just a little bit until the swing percentage wears down. And to me, everything is kind of like, all right, I want to get ahead. It's great. That's how you dominate. But you just got to be a little bit better inside the strike zone. And easier said than done. He's falling into that trap right now where the misses are costing him. By the way, he's prone to the home run as well. He was prone to the home run last year. There was a stint there. I was like, man, he gave up 2 last outing. He gave up 2 again. The long ball he's prone to because he's leaving balls middle of the plate mistakes where guys are crushing it.
A little bit of injury news coming up here. Gabe Spire is headed to the IL. Joining Matt Brash.
What did I say to you guys the first day of the year? We're talking about overall the season. Last year, teams that can avoid these injury spurts. Now, I know the Mariners, like Donovan's coming back soon, and it's limited. But, man, you look at some teams out there like, man, you have a really good roster, but the injury thing's getting to you. You can't get over that hump. The Braves had to deal with that last year. The Royals had to deal with that early last year as well. Man, the Mariners are really getting bit by that early on in this year, and it's just a matter of can you overcome it. So sorry to, Bob, I apologize cutting off. But
you're
health,
right.
man, is a big one. 162 games, and you got like 26 players on a roster, and you got to fill those voids with some of the depth. How good is your depth coming up behind you? That's
Jose Suarez is joining the bullpen, so that's who you've got. So now you got two of your leverage arms on the IL, and Matt Brash and Spire. And Munoz looks a little wobbly to me, Ryan. You tell me what you're seeing out of him, but he hasn't become Munoz yet in my eyes. What are you seeing with him?
I say this all the time. It's like people probably roll their eyes if they're listening or watching the game, and every time he comes out, because I say the same thing every time. If you're watching Munoz, you want to see some patterns, watch what he does the first 3 to 5 pitches. Will tell you everything you're going to see in the next 20 pitches he's going to throw. Because to me, he's all about the feeling good mentally and the feel for that slider and everything else. If he can land that slider in the middle of the strike zone, and then put his foot on the gas with that pitch again and dump it below the strike zone, he's unhittable. On the flip side, if he tries to spin a couple early and he doesn't get him, something comes over him. It's like, man, he's right now, to me, he's struggling after pitch 5, like pitch 6, pitch 7, to figure out what is a little mechanical cue I can go back to, which is really simple, something I'll tell a 12-year-old, and get back to get that index and middle finger on top of that slider once again and get a nice little feel for it. Because right now he just doesn't have that quick 15-second in between pitches fix. That's a simple mechanical cue, in my opinion. I thought he had that back, but sometimes with him, there's this, you reliant on, all right, I need to land a couple to tell myself I'm good. To me, he's got to get over that hump right now. He needs that one little mechanical cue to get him right back. And by the way, if you notice too, guys, there's a couple outings where he struggled. Even, I think it was in, where was it? In St. Louis, where you saw Josh Naylor out there and J.P. Crawford just ripping in on the mound. Because they're just trying to get mentally. They know mentally, man. Like, they know how good he is, but mentally they're trying to get him right back to where he belongs. So, love Munoz, but he's going through that phase right now where he's trying to find something to that little mechanical cue and get him back, get him right.
Yeah, Ryan, we're just trying to figure out, like, the thing that bothers me, and this goes to football as well, where you'll see teams just unwind because as the season goes along. Not because of, and this was one of the candidates, they're making a bunch of errors and mistakes on the, guy, or Rosarena, thinks that there was 4 balls. I mean, that kind of thing. Because I feel like you can get that back, and then, but the injuries are starting to really bother me. How concerning is that?
Yeah, so I was listening to you guys on the drive into the ballpark. You're talking about Tarek Scoop on the loose bodies. Now, that's a serious injury, man. I shouldn't be laughing, but, like, I was just listening. That's basically little bone chips, moving around in the elbow. That's serious. So with this whole thing, first of all, the mental miscue there from Randy Rosarena, unfortunate. Big time unfortunate. But in regards to some of the injuries, I'm a little concerned because what happens is with this team, and I go back to the depth side of it too, when you have 5 starting pitchers dominating, guess what? Bryce Miller can take 30 days. Take your time. We want to make sure you're right. Well, what happens all of a sudden when you don't quite have that dominance? You're like, oh, where's Bryce at? You start pushing a little bit more. And we saw that last year, if you remember. Emerson Hancock was starting to scuffle. And then we're like, oh, Bryce. And George Kirby wasn't the same. So Bryce, there was this, I'm not saying it was the front office's fault or something. You just got to check yourself a little bit. But he came back way too early. He came back from the IL, was not ready. And he was right back on the IL. So when I look at that and I think about this team and a little bit of the panic factor, because there has been a pretty rocky road these last, especially just getting swept. That to me, all of a sudden, you're asking yourself, now we have to sort of push maybe a Brendan Donovan a day or two early, and that's when the injuries all of a sudden show up late in August. And we've seen that with the Mariners. Look, Ty France. I got in trouble bringing this up. Scott Service ripped me for this. But I said, if you remember, I was talking to you guys. I said, Ty should not be back in the lineup right now. Like, he cannot swing with that hand the way it is, and lo and behold, he ends up back on the IL. So, like, it's tough because you're pressing because you're feeling some of the pressure. So, look, I look at Cal, and the fact he was in the lineup up until game time, to me, because we don't know the details yet, man. Like, I think they're just down talking right now. Maybe I should know the details by now, what's going on. that to me was a positive sign as opposed to him rocking up and they're like, hey, Cal's not in the lineup. We'll give you details later. Then you're like, oh, man, this is not good. That means they're getting treatment all night, the night prior and everything else. No, he came to the field that day when he was scratched. When was that, Saturday or Sunday, whenever it was? And he was already in the lineup. So that's positive. Brendan Donovan's not far off. I spoke to him yesterday. He goes, dude, I just need to check the box here down at Arkansas, and I'm good, man. Like, I feel amazing. I'm doing everything. I'm way better than what he was last year when he dealt with this a little bit last year. Okay, so that's great. Victor Robles, I heard you guys talking about him. He's coming back, pretty soon, just to add to the mix. Hopefully he can be as dynamic as he was a couple years ago. So with all that being said, I'm trying to finish on a positive here. But
well, no, you got another 5-10 minutes left.
Yeah,
buddy.
We got more negative to go over.
Oh, no. Well, maybe you can read some of the text messages back to me.
Those are always full of positivity.
He's trying to hurry up the show here.
Yeah.
Hey, no, listen, guy, are you kidding? Is it Friday? The mean text, is it Friday?
Yeah, that's Friday.
Yeah.
Are you going to text in?
I need to get back in there and host when one of you guys take your day off, and when Dave Wyman wants to sit on a deck chair with a can of beer that just says beer in his backyard, just stare off into space. I need to get in there so he can have a day off.
Life.
On a Friday, yeah. On a Friday.
Hey, what of all of the things that happened over the weekend, and there was a lot of frustrating things, Ryan, that were in their control. I mean, Dave brought it up. Randy just brain cramp, starts jogging. Bases that they had a chance to break the game open there. Bases loaded, and he thinks it's a walk, and he just starts jogging the second. That just can't happen. You cannot have it. And then we saw, Julio has had some odd moments in the outfield so far this season. I would say it's not been a great year for him. He's made some great plays, but then he's had some head scratchers. That one right through the wickets. Then we see Garver. He's thrown to second with the guy going to third. Why are you throwing behind the runner who's trying to get to third? That made no sense to me. Right. And the guy eventually ends up scoring. Just mind-numbingly frustrating moments.
I got ripped from someone on Twitter yesterday because I was doing a post game and I wanted to talk about some of the defensive plays because I was Paredes, who behind the dish, man, he's got a cannon. So I wanted to talk about that. And everyone's like, did you see the defense the rest of the time? I'm like, well, yeah, whoops. But it's Look, the Randy Arozarena one is so magnified because guess what? You're not scoring 6 runs a game. Like, you are in a situation where you're playing the Royals that you want to get that momentum from the road, which offensively was starting to spark in the last 10 days. What Cal was doing, what the middle of that lineup, we've talked about it. And all of a sudden, you get thrown out late in a game with loaded bases the way you did. He'll be the first to tell you he made a giant mistake, but, man, it's magnified. Julio, the inning that goes down. Man, you do that when offensively you're clicking and your starting pitching's good. He probably come back with a smirk and laugh it off. Everyone rip him, for fun in the dugout. But not the case, man, because this team with what they're going through right now. So it's so magnified. But the other part of this, in all seriousness, when you look at this team defensively, it's been a struggle. It's really been limited. I mean, I can't say enough about Cole Young. He's been a real standout. No. But beyond that, and when you're talking about outs above average, they're one of the, if not the worst team, especially of late. So that's a real concern. When you have a situation where you got Brian Wu, George Kirby, and Logan Gill. Well, first of all, those two guys have got the lowest K rate of their career right now. George is getting a ton of ground balls, which is great. Logan doesn't have quite the same K rate as what he did, and he's like taking 4 or 5 pitches per at bat or a plate appearance to get through. Man, that defense behind you, man, you're going to make some plays, that's for sure. So it definitely gets magnified this time of year when you're looking at the standings and you're looking at the fact that you're trying to click, and now you put these pile on with these injuries. Man, it's just a bad look, and it lingers to a Monday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when you're talking to me.
All right, well, we're getting near the end of the interview here.
I got something positive for him.
I wouldn't get off the radio if Lefko didn't cut my mic off.
I got something positive for him to end, so go ahead, Dave.
Oh, okay.
What do you got?
All right. Well, I just what does that indicate to you when you see a bunch of guys like that making those kinds of mistakes? I think people from the outside are like, oh, Dan's not running a tight enough ship, and maybe he needs to scream and yell. And it just seemed like to me, it always seems coincidental. Because
well, I think, first of all, on the bases, a couple things. Okay. I'm just trying to think back through the weekend. All right, on the bases, you trying to make things happen, or you essentially getting ahead of yourself. That's one thing. The fielding aspect, from my personal experience and dealing with guys and talking to them, they all talk about there's something that when you're 0 for 2, 0 for 3, or you're frustrated with an at-bat or something happened, you take that, you then anchor on that at-bat, and sometimes you have those lapses in the field, right? Or you feel like your swing's off, whatever it may be. So a lot of that happens, but on the flip side of it too, when you start to look around, or you're checking social media, or if you're actually looking at some of the numbers, which they do, man, these guys can't get away from it now. People's opinions or even some of the metrics defensively. And then you say, oh, man, defensively, I'm not quite the same as I was a year ago. Oh, man, I haven't got the same K rate as I did last year. Or, man, I'm not hitting for the same – I haven't got the same exit velo. My launch is off, or something like that. Because all in front of you, then all of a sudden what happens is you start to press and you try and do a little bit too much. Or like any sport, anything endeavor you do which is athletic, man, like all of a sudden it gets in the back of your head and you don't play free and loose. That's just the simplicity of it, to be honest with you.
All right, Ryan, how about this? We've all been every year we wring our hands about Julio getting off to a good start, right?
Yeah.
He's just come off the best April of his career. Mm-hmm. Statistically, looking at it in his average for April, 288, 351 on base, 755 OPS. He had 1 year where he had a little better slug. He's at 404 on his slug right now, but for the month of April. But this represents a quick start for Julio. I mean, and especially as of late, he's been rolling offensively with the extra base hits and everything. So he's kind of quietly, while everybody was worried about the struggles and everything, he's put up the best April of his career, and you could argue he got off to by his standards, a quick start this year.
Yeah, biggest thing with him is how do I get beyond first base on one swing, like extra bases, right? Like I always think about that, and the thing that always comes back to with him is how often is he hitting the ball on the ground. And so, you look at it already. First of all, breaking balls, a pitch that we always talk about. How do we get Julio to be convinced that he can get caught out in front on a breaking ball, which is middle of the plate or down, and get the bat head out and drive that thing in the air on the pull side? When Julio Rodriguez, I say this 1,000 times, is hitting the ball on the air into left field, good things happen. And I know Edgar was a guy who could hit the ball the other way, and it's important to cover all fields and right center field gap and inside out. So that's all well and good. Julio is at his best, and I was trying to do a quick dig while you're asking that question. When you look at the weighted runs created, not to geek out, when he's hitting the ball to left field in the air, good things happen. Now, ground ball rate, that's always what I always anchor on with him. When he's having struggles, ball's on the ground. Well, right now, when you look at the ground ball rate, it's pretty similar to what it was last year. But then when you look at overall. But then when you look at the pitch group, all of a sudden, against breaking balls, less ground balls, more balls hit to left field. That's a great sign, man. And then all of a sudden, the change-ups as well, splits, change-ups, getting the bat head out. He's hitting the ball in the air to left field. So that's a massive, massive sign. Now, there is going to be a bit of a higher rate with fastballs because he's going to get beat on that pitch a little bit. But you know what? He can still get away with that little scoot through the infield because he's the ball jumps off his bat. But for me, when Julio's dry, like I said, hitting the ball into left field in the air, man, he is an absolute weapon at the plate. That's for sure.
Yeah. So there you go. There's some positivity to end on. How about that, Ryan?
Yeah, thanks, guys. Hey, what about this positivity? Best dad ever. Look at that.
Look at that.
See? I've flashed this up for you guys, I think, last week. It's Mother's Day this weekend, but who cares? This is the best dad ever.
The votes are in.
I got myself the present. No. What do you guys got for Mother's Day? We all good?
I was going to say I've had one of those for 30 years. So,
Dave's calling himself the reigning champ.
Yeah, wow. Okay. Yeah, please.
Ryan, we appreciate you, my friend. Great stuff. We'll talk again next week.
Sounds good. Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks,
there
Ryan.
You go. There's Ryan Rowland-Smith with us each and every week. Our weekly conversation with Ryan Rowland-Smith is presented by Mazda of Everett. And if you missed any part of it, you can find it on the podcast page after the show at Seattle Sports. Just click the podcast tab, click on our picture. It'll be right there waiting for you. Don't forget to click subscribe. It's totally free, and you don't have to worry about remembering anything. And that's the best part. Meanwhile, Seahawks rookies were in town over the weekend, and we think there's one early standout that could be an X factor this season. We'll talk about that coming up next with Wyman and Bob at Seattle Sports on 710.
You can stream every pitch of every inning of every game all season long. Oh, and it's completely free.
It's a tremendous catch.
Only on the Seattle Sports app. That's right. The free Seattle Sports app puts every single Mariners game right in the palm of your hand.
On a platter, come and get it.
One app, every game. Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
Holy smokes, what a play.
Pretty awesome, right? Just like the Mariners.
Hey, it's Dave Wyman here for Bellevue Rare Coins. I'm really excited to be working with them again as we're seeing the price of gold at all-time highs. And here's what that means for you. Items you haven't thought about in years can be worth thousands of dollars. Old jewelry, coin collections, gold watches, necklaces, pendants. It's worth finding out what those items are worth during such a strong market. And even broken and used jewelry can go for a lot of money. The folks at Bellevue Rare Coins, they had a customer stop by on her way to donating a box of jewelry. So she walked in with just wanted to see what it was worth and walked out with a check for over $2,500. I mean, that's not bad for something they were just going to give away. And Bellevue Rare Coins has expanded now to Linwood, Issaquah, and Tacoma. And as the trusted authority for selling valuables for almost 5 decades, they offer free evaluations, no pressure, no obligation. And a lot of people don't realize how valuable these items are. Before you give anything away, get it checked out at Bellevue Rare Coins in Bellevue, Linwood, Issaquah, and Tacoma, or go to BellevueRareCoins.com.
I had pain, I had numbness in my feet. That pain and that numbness just got worse and worse and worse as time went on.
This is Greg describing life with neuropathy.
I went to 5 podiatrists, tried different treatments, tried different orthotics, tried different shoes, had cortisone shots in the tops and the bottoms of my feet. Saw a neurologist. All my medical doctors said, can't help you. Live with the pain. You're not going to be able to sleep. This is your life. And then I just gave up until I found Sound Pain Solutions.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Our neuropathy treatments can rehabilitate damaged nerves. We use FDA-cleared, non-surgical, drug and pain-free procedures that help neuropathy sufferers like Greg find relief.
I feel better. I mean, just feeling better is huge.
If you experience numbness, shooting or burning pains, or loss of balance, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Still planning your summer vacation? Tired of airports and long drives? Anacortes Yacht Charters has a better option. Cruise the San Juan Islands aboard a fully equipped yacht. Take the helm of a bareboat charter or hire a skipper to explore on your terms. Quiet coves, lively harbors, no schedules. Just a tide guide and a sense of adventure. With a fleet of 50 powerboats and sailboats, AYC has options for groups large and small, from beginner to old salt. Start your San Juan adventure at ayc.com/KIRO.
Hon, is your new pinball machine in our budget?
KeyBank will meet you in that our money is now our money moment.
Actually, our banker Steve recommended we start a joint checking account for bills and keep our individual accounts for things like pinball machines.
Did someone say Banker Steve? I was in the neighborhood, in case you had any checking account questions.
Steve, you're always there for us. Now, how quickly can we open that account?
Steve, are you seeing this?
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank member FDIC.
Shane Graphics reminds parents the fatal crash rate for teens peaks at age 19, and we lose nearly 8 kids every day. Make a family agreement to never drive under the influence of alcohol or drugs, text behind the wheel, or ride with anyone who is. Always designate a sober driver, call a parent or rideshare, and let's bring our children home safely. Best wishes to all our kids from the entire team at Shane Graphics. Ideas transformed with precision and innovation. Family owned for 65 years. Online at shanegraphics.com.
Mariners and Braves tonight at T-Mobile. 6:40 first pitch, 5:30 pregame. Hear every pitch live for free on the Seattle Sports app.
Well, there's nothing I hate worse than being cold. And if your house is feeling a bit drafty or the floors of the main level are way too cold on your feet, that's probably because your crawl space and attic don't have enough insulation. It's probably making your furnace work overtime. So now you're spending more money as well. Well, how about a free and easy way to learn if you need better insulation? Just schedule a free corner-to-corner inspection of your crawl space and attic with Crawl Pros. It's exactly what I did. They'll show up to your house. They'll go where you don't want to, certainly where I didn't want to, and they'll tell you if you got any problems with your crawl space, your attic, and especially your insulation. If they do discover your home is under or improperly insulated, they'll show you all the utility rebates as well to help you get that work done correctly and affordably. If you're a PSE customer and your home was built before 1990, you could receive a rebate to cover up to 95% of the cost. Make your home more comfortable. Save on your energy bill with Crawl Pros. If you're worried that anything's going on in your crawl space or attic, critters, mold, water, plumbing issues, call Crawl Pros or go to crawlpros.com.
They call this one Bill.
Whoa, aliens? Am I in a spaceship?
Affirmative, Bill.
What's with the laser saw?
Relax. We are cutting our bill in half.
What?
An Xfinity mobile transmission says you can cut your bill in half.
Oh, your mobile bill, not me, Bill.
Ah. Xfinity Mobile also says we can try it free for a year. Free.
Yes, with no commitment. Can we put the saw away?
I am reluctant. But we will find another being to bisect.
That's not sci-fi. It's Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Internet members cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees, extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
This hour of Wyman and Bob is brought to you by K2 Vision RLE.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Wyman and Bob.
Weekdays 2 to 7.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Our thanks once again to Ryan Rowland-Smith, who joined us in the previous segment. In case you just tuned in and missed that conversation, you'll be able to find it after the show at seattlesports.com. Meanwhile, rookie minicamp took place over the weekend, Dave, and people are excited about a couple of the top three picks. You don't hear much beyond that. They were looked at as, I don't know, projects, I guess, if you will. And you brought up Beau Stephens before, a guy they actually traded up to get, but talked about him potentially being a project that you didn't feel like maybe he was in a position to push Anthony Bradford for playing time, but has your feeling changed on that?
A little bit, yeah. Just impressed by what I hear from players. And, I saw a couple of highlights of him working out there at camp and everything, and you never really know until you start, put on full pads and, can he move guys off the ball or whatever. But yeah, I mean, he just sounds very mature. I know that he had some sort of off-the-field issues, and I thought, well, maybe this guy's going to be a long-term project. But, yeah, they ended up, I think it was a fourth-rounder that they traded from the 2027 draft to get him. So they moved up to get him, and it's kind of interesting just hearing from him, and it sounds like there's a lot of similarities, to what he did at Iowa.
Yeah, here he is talking about the similarities between this scheme and what he was doing in college.
Yeah, I'm really thankful for Coach Lester, at Iowa. A lot of it's the same. A lot of it's similar, a lot of same words. There's definitely some differences. There's definitely more, complexity. But I feel like I've gotten a great starting point, and it's very helpful, because I'm sure some of these guys that have never heard anything like how we did it at Iowa or here, coming in for that first meeting, you hearing it, they're kind of mind blown, how different it is, and I feel like I'm going to have a handle on it in the meantime.
So that's with everything that goes on with being a rookie that you've talked about, and just the acclimation and all of that, having that level of familiarity has got to give him a leg up, to say the very least.
Yeah, no question. And look, they're not going to answer any questions at the rookie minicamp. Until the offensive linemen get in pads and start going full speed, you really don't know what you're going to get out of a guy. But it was just good to hear him. Obviously sounds like a very smart guy, very intelligent guy, but also just having that familiarity is just going to give him a little bit of an edge. And I started thinking about it, and that's, I think it's fair to say that AB Anthony Bradford is he's probably the weak link on that offensive line. I mean, he's the one that probably I thought as the season went on, everybody really excelled and just got better and better, and that's what you saw in the run game, and so did Anthony Bradford. And it's not like I'm rooting against him, but it's kind of the most likely spot, and for a guy that they drafted or traded a 4th-round draft choice for, that was significant. It tells you how highly they think of Beau Stephens.
Yeah, and he went on to talk about just the importance of communication and building up that connection with others on the O-line.
Oh, it's what's the word, paramount, just having guys next to you, having the center make his call, listen to it, putting 2 and 2 from the meeting to the practice field, that's all you can really ask for. That's what the whole goal is when you go out there and practice, to get better at that, and then your fundamentals. And so it's just putting those together right now.
I came up with this question. The texters can answer it. 866-979-3776. Bob will ask you, are you rooting for him to replace Anthony Bradford? I mean, I said I think this could, any year could be like all of a sudden the light bulb goes on year, and sometimes it's second year, third year. You've mentioned that Bradford's fighting for a contract.
Yeah, it's his contract year.
Yeah, so, I mean,
I hope he feels threatened.
Yeah.
I hope he feels, all right, they moved up to get this guy. They're not replacing Gray Zabel. That's the other guard. He's locked in. He's lived up to his billing and exceeded it. So this is about me. This is about my spot. This guy's not a tackle, not a center. He's a guard. Yeah. So this is all about me, and I hope he feels that threat, because how could that not create urgency? How could that not sharpen your focus? If it doesn't, then you're the wrong guy.
Right.
So I feel like if there's nothing but good that comes from his presence and the idea that they made a move to bring him in. They gave up draft capital to go get this guy. So it's my job as Anthony Bradford to go out there and show why he's not the guy yet. Maybe down the road, if I go play somewhere else next year, maybe he's the guy, but this is my job, and I'm gonna get this on tape for other teams. I'm gonna have it there for the Seahawks to see what they have in me, and show that I can be a consistent player. Because we've talked about him more than anybody else on the O-line by far.
Well, and almost sometimes more than anybody on the team.
Yeah, think about it. We haven't talked about Charles Cross that much. We haven't talked about Zabel. We haven't talked about anybody on the O-line as much as we've talked about Anthony Bradford.
Yeah,
and what's real is that he can be dominating. He can be just a beast out there. But it's those other moments where he seems to have that Randy Arozarena moment where there's a brain cramp and all of a sudden he looks like he's not sure what he's supposed to be doing.
Right.
So can he eliminate those? Is that a focus? Is that a concentration thing? Is that what causes that?
Yeah, it's a good question. And maybe, he it just clicks for him or whatever. Now all of a sudden, like you said, it's very real because of the contract year for him, that it's like, all right, I'm gonna get dialed in. But yeah, and I mentioned that this guy, the one downside, he's like the slowest guy at the combine. That's in a 40. I mean, they're working in a little box, that's probably 5x5 most of the time. So it's not like that's the hugest deal. But man, if what coaches used to say, who to get and how to get them. And I think he has the how to get them part, but I think who to get is going to be something it's a next level thing. I mean, you got a fairly complicated, and I think Beau mentioned that it's pretty technical as far as exactly what you have to do. And a lot of times you can get away with things in college that you can't get away with at the next level.
Yeah. Mike McDonald, this is on Saturday, he was asked if they plan to play Beau at right or left guard.
How did I know you were going to ask that one, Greg? Yeah, Beau's on the right side right now, but we're gonna train him at both spots, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes at inside, and but you need flexibility to cross really on your interior part of your O-line. So he's played both in his career, and right now he's playing right guard, but we'll be training him in right and left.
Yeah, that means if Zabel goes down, we want to have a capable backup.
Yeah.
And we want him to compete at right guard. Yeah. That's what I heard there, Dave.
Yeah, the other thing you heard from Mike McDonald at the end of the year is Oh, and actually, this was right before the draft where he was talking about Jalen Sundell and how that guy was probably the most overlooked player by fans, and all the steps that he took during the season. He just got better and better and better. So that's really going to help him out as well. So he's surrounded with good guys that know what they're doing. The coach kind of speaks his language a little bit. And I just thought, I hadn't thought about him possibly pushing for it. But, last year, I know that they turned 4 picks into 8, but, last year there was a number of players that really contributed significantly. I mean, you talk about Gray, of course, Eamon Worry, of course, and then, you had Elijah Arroyo played really well. I mean, Torrey Horton had, he really took, some big steps. That you worry about the injury thing with him. So, if they can get, 3 or 4 guys to contribute out of this draft, it's going to be fantastic because, you lost, and it's also, positions of need is what they drafted.
All right. Meanwhile, the Mariners don't exactly get an easy landing to try and stop this losing skid. We'll dive into what to expect from the series against the Atlanta Braves, who are in town. That is coming your way next with Wyman and Bob. It's Seattle Sports on 710.
You can stream every pitch of every inning of every game all season long. Oh, and it's completely free.
It's a tremendous catch.
Only on the Seattle Sports app. That's right. The free Seattle Sports app puts every single Mariners game right in the palm of your hand.
On a platter, come and get it.
One app, every game. Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
Holy smokes, what a play.
Pretty awesome, right? Just like the Mariners.
How many of you out there have a pair of readers with you at all times, and if you forget them, you leave them somewhere, then it's a problem because you can't read, right? That's where I was at. I couldn't read small print. I couldn't read menus or labels on products. It was just, I got tired of carrying around glasses, so I went to K2 Vision RLE, and it was life-changing. Maybe that's where you're at. If you add K2 Vision and King LASIK, you get freedom vision for every stage of life. LASIK and EVO ICL from King LASIK gives you freedom from glasses and contacts. Refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision RLE adds extra freedom from readers and cataracts. So if you're done with reading glasses, you're just tired of carrying them around, K2 Vision RLE could be your perfect and permanent solution. On top of that, you'll never develop a cataract. With over 400,000 procedures, Doctors Kopstein and King are 2 of the most experienced vision correction surgeons in America. So whether it's LASIK, EVO ICL, or RLE, trust the most experienced team of doctors out there with all of the data to recommend the very best procedure for you. Schedule your free Zoom consultation today at K2VisionRLE.com. That's K2VisionRLE.com.
At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, we perform an 18-point maintenance check with every oil change to help make sure you're good to go.
And?
Yeah, you're good to go.
Huh. Wonder why the dealership isn't that easy.
Well, we'd let you know if we found something in our check.
Oh, great. That was easy.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Quick, thorough, and honest. Come with no charge.
We've all been there, sleepless nights, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy knowing we're here for you. BayAlarm.com.
Windows are our home's top target for break-ins. At Lake Washington Windows and Doors, we offer added security with our exclusive 3-layer security glass protection. Combined with our lifetime warranty, you'll have lifetime peace of mind. Choose Lake Washington Windows and Doors, a name you can trust.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.
Brake pads?
Marked down to free.
Free?
Get free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 Duralast rotors.
That's several markdowns.
For many more miles.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like customer service associate at a dry cleaning shop.
Yeah, hi. I'm here to pick up my suit.
Ah, yes. Here you go.
There must be a mistake. This is too small.
It shrunk a whole lot. Look on the bright side. Now you have a suit you can give to a child.
This is the job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Mariners and Braves tonight at T-Mobile. 6:40 first pitch, 5:30 pregame. Hear every pitch live for free on the Seattle Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done. This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here for my friends at People Come First, or PCF Construction Group. And if you've been dreaming of that new deck, you got to get a hold of PCF. Call them before the great weather arrives and their schedule gets totally filled up. With a new deck, patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy the outdoors year-round no matter what the weather brings. And for a limited time, how about this? Get 50% off demolition costs up to $5,000 when you book your project with PCF. Contact People Come First Construction Group for all the details. They designed and built our outdoor living space, and we love it. Start planning and designing your dream deck now so you're ready to build this summer. Planning, permitting, and construction can take a little time, so get started today. Get project ideas, browse their amazing photos, and look at all the offer details at pcfgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space your favorite place. With People Come First.
Wyman and Bob.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
Weekdays 2 to 7.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Dave, do you know who the best team in baseball is?
I think they're in town.
And they're not named the Mariners. If we're just going by record, now when it's all said and done, maybe they don't end up this way. But as we sit right now, this team has won 8 of their last 10. They've won 3 in a row. And they've got the best record in baseball at 25-10. Mm-hmm. And they've scored more runs than any other team in baseball at 205 through 35 games. That would be the Atlanta Braves.
I'll tell you what, though, their on-base percentage kind of sucks. They're number 4.
Oh, man. All right, they're there to be had. They're just...
This is a monster. I mean, yeah, it would be the perfect perfect team to, if you take this series, to get right.
Oh, man. Basically. And by one more here for you. If you just look at the lead between division leaders and the team behind them, like the Yankees are in first in the East.
Right.
They're up a game and a half on the Rays. The Tigers and Guardians are tied atop their division, and they're a game and a half ahead of the White Sox. The A's are at top this division. They're 2 games ahead of the Rangers. The Cubs are the leaders in the Central, 2 games ahead of the Cardinals. Dodgers are a half game ahead of the Padres in that division. The Braves are 8.5 games ahead of the Marlins.
Good night.
They have an 8.5 game lead in their division right now.
And it's fairly early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's already a big hole for the rest of that division to climb out of.
Yeah, I was mentioning earlier the interleague play. Like the National League right now is 93-72, which is one of the higher win rates in since 2000. I think they're like number 4, number 5, as far as that goes. So, yeah, and you look at the one good thing, the Houston Astros are 14-21. How about that?
Yeah, and they're not even the worst because the Angels, as we predicted, would become the Angels again, and they are 13-22. They've dropped 8 of 10.
Yeah, I was looking at the bottom 3 American League teams, which is Red Sox, Twins, and Angels are 41-62 right now. So, yeah, I mean, this is the NL, the AL is a disaster right now. And then the National League, and, this is, the best offense in a lot of categories, man. Their average is number 1, slug is number 1, OPS number 1. They have the 4th fewest strikeouts. They don't have a lot of walks because they're too busy just hitting crap out of the ball. Home runs, they have 50. That's number 2. They're 5th in triples, number 2 in doubles. Get 68 doubles. And then, you get a little relief on the pitching side. No, you don't. They're number 2 in ERA, number 2 in quality starts. They have 17. On base, or opponent batting average, I should say, is 215. That's their opponent batting average, number 2. So, yeah, I mean, it's won more games than anybody else. So, yeah, this is not exactly what you would want for an opponent for a get-right type of series.
Yeah, it's weird looking at just through baseball. There's only, it looks like 9 teams with a plus point differential, run differential, I should say. 4 of them in the American League, of which the Mariners are 1, by the way. Mariners are +2.
Yeah.
The Tigers, the Yankees, and the Rays are the only other ones with a plus run differential. Everybody else is in the negatives. Same is true for the National League. They have 5 teams, it looks like, that have a plus run differential. Everybody else is negative.
Well, and the other thing, you look at the offensive numbers I just cited there. I mean, you've got Gilbert and Wu going. Now, we like Kirby right now. He looks like he's probably the number 2 guy right now as far as Hancock being number 1, and then Kirby. But you got Gilbert and Wu going in this series against this really good offense. So it'll be interesting, and it would be, I don't know. I mean, we could be saying one of 2 things after this series, and one is, oh boy, we got a lot of work to do, and the other might be, hey, if Wu and Gilbert especially go out and have good outings, maybe a quality start, whatever. I mean, that would be quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, it would be a very Mariner thing to do, though.
Right,
just go out there and just scuffle against a team you expect them to dominate or at least win the series against, and then have a team that looks like they are just clicking on all cylinders. They are rolling right now in a way that really no other team in baseball is doing. The Yankees have won 8 of 10, and they're rolling right now. They've won 3 in a row. But you're sitting here looking at a team, I just can't believe they've got an 8.5 game lead on the second-place team.
Wow.
It's amazing, and it's not a good division. I mean, the rest of the division is under 500, but that's like same is true for the AL West. Same is true for the Central, beyond the 2 teams tied atop the division. I mean, you got a lot of teams that are scuffling. It seems like just across baseball.
But is this, with the injury situation, one where you would think, hey, yeah, let's go get-right series here? I mean, you don't have Donovan, Cal, day-to-day.
Well, you don't have him today. He's not in the lineup.
Yeah, Matt Brash.
Gabe Spire now on the IL.
Yeah. I mean, Robles, I mean, these are ones we've known for a while, but you go look at their injury list, and not only are they not playing clean baseball, they're also pretty beat up.
Yeah, well, in that, the bullpen worries me because you got your 2 leverage arms, 2 of your leverage arms down now, in Spire and Brash, and Munoz has looked wobbly. Right. I don't feel awesome about the bullpen. I don't feel so. That in turn puts a little more pressure on the starter going deep, which we got Gilbert going today, and that's exactly what he has not done this year, is go deep. He just, again, we keep hearkening back to 2024, but that's when he was going deep, and he led the league in innings pitched. And this year he's got 1 start of 6 innings or more. He's got 2 of 6 innings. He went 7 against Houston. He went 6 against Texas. Everything else is 5, 4, 5 1/3, 5 1/3, 5 1/3. He just has a hard time getting deep into a game. So hopefully he can buck that trend, because this bullpen is not in great shape right now, with your leverage arms being out, 2 of them being out, and your closer being a little wobbly. That just puts a little more emphasis on the starter to try to get deep and take some of the heat off that bullpen.
Yeah. Yeah, so, you have, I would say, arguably, I mean, Castillo, I feel like, is always a conversation about, he's okay. And then when he's like pitching well, it's like, well, he does give up some pretty untimely home runs. But now, the two biggest question marks based on, how much we've talked about them and how they've always been either number one or number two. A lot of times the last couple of years, be like, okay, Wu number one, Logan Gilbert number two. And those are two guys that have a lot to prove against a really good offensive team once again.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk more about this and everything else going on and in the world of baseball, and see if this guy can make everybody feel better coming off that 3-game sweep at the hands of the Royals. Jon Morosi, if he can't do it, nobody can.
That's right.
Tell you what, Jon Morosi is going to join us next with Wyman and Bob. It's Seattle Sports on 710.
Rock and Salk, morning 6 to 10.
The great Daniel Jeremiah, we spent a lot of time talking with you about Jadarian Price. Is he the starting running back game one of the season?
I would imagine so, and then you're going to kind of be able to ease Charbonnet back in. He can do everything you want to do. So, yeah, I think he's fully capable of being that guy. Vision, balance. His ability in the passing game, I think, is underrated. I think he's going to be able to do some things, catch the ball out of the backfield. He's got good hands from that standpoint.
Only on Seattle Sports.
Hey, it's Dave Wyman for Swedish Cyberknife. One of the best parts of radio is getting to interview a lot of interesting people who are at the very top of their profession. For example, Dr. Robert Meyer. He is a multiple-time recipient of the Seattle Top Doctor Award, and we spoke about prostate cancer and effective ways to treat a diagnosis. And Dr. Meyer said that many patients prefer Swedish Cyberknife because all it takes is 5 short treatments, each lasting about 45 minutes. And Swedish Cyberknife can treat prostate cancer in only 1 week with minimal interruption to a patient's life and work, and also the side effects are minimal compared to other treatments. No surgery, it's non-invasive, and far less impact on your everyday functions. And also, Swedish has been offering the Cyberknife treatment right here in Seattle for over 10 years and treated over 1,000 prostate cancer patients. So if diagnosed with prostate cancer, learn more about Cyberknife for prostate cancer treatment at swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish Cyberknife. Cyberknife is a registered trademark of Accuray Incorporated and is used with permission.
Everything that matters is at stake in a divorce. Your home, your savings, your children. For many of our clients, a divorce was unwanted. This is Rick Jones. At Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men, our team of experienced attorneys handle every aspect of a divorce and custody case. When stakes are high, you need a lawyer you can trust. Husbands and fathers trust Goldberg Jones. Visit us at goldbergjones.com to get your questions answered at no charge. That's goldbergjones.com.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, accurate auto body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
we meet by accident, fixing every last bit, accurate auto body.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a super fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and data for just $34.99 a month. But wait, there's more. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be switching to an American wireless company that's committed to keeping 100% of its customer service in this country. I appreciate that. In fact, that's why I switched. I also appreciate the way they support our vets and our skilled workforce. Dial pound 250, say micro, and get unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. That's pound 250 micro. Stop paying twice what you need to pay for the service you want and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now everything's on sale during our Memorial Day event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses for a limited time. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our Kids Zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Harry Douglas here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required. Not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Mariners looking to get things turned around as they welcome the Atlanta Braves to town. Braves own the best record in all of baseball at 25-10. They've scored more runs than any team in baseball. And this sets up well for the Mariners to pull off a big surprise, hopefully starting tonight in Game 1 when they send Logan Gilbert to the hill. He faces off against J.R. Ritchie. You can catch it all starting at 5:30 with the pregame show, 6:40 first pitch right here, Seattle Sports on 710. Some other games going on right now. Mets out in front of the Rockies 4-0 in Colorado. That one headed to the bottom of the sixth. Top of the fourth in Detroit, no score between the Red Sox and Tigers. Same is true for the Phillies and Marlins in Miami, no score in the top of the second. Headed to the top of the second in Tampa, the Rays are up 3-0 on the Jays, and then they are in a weather delay in Chicago. Reds and Cubs yet to get underway.
Snapshot brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This hour is serviced by the Lee Johnson Auto family.
I've never heard a person walk out of the stadium and say, wow, I wish that game would have included more waiting.
He is an endless source of baseball and hockey knowledge.
José de Ríos, el lanzador de Puerto Rico en el Clásico Mundial de Béisbol.
Jon Morosi, every week with Wyman and Bob.
You're being serious with me right now?
He's here, everybody. He's with us each and every week on the Emerald Queen Casino Sportsbook Hotline. He is the one, the only Jon Morosi, who we don't get a chance to see today, but we'll hear him. We'll hear the sunshine through the phone here. Hello, Jon.
I'm doing great, guys. This is awesome, by the way. You're getting so I'm actually pulling into the driveway after we got some severe thunderstorms happening here in Michigan. I'm quite convinced that Tigers game, Gabby, sweetheart, I'm on the air with my friends, Bob and Dave. So you're hearing a live interaction with my teenage daughter, who when she heard for the very first time the opening, she's like her eyes got really big, as if she's saying, "Dad, they haven't opened for you? Like what is this?" She didn't realize Dad was such a big deal. She has no clue. Love you, Gabby. And now she's just running into the house. We had some severe weather here. Oh, this is too funny. She's just basically like, she's now saying, "Mom, they made a video, they made an audio clip for Dad. This is unbelievable. Why'd they do that?" I'm positive that's exactly what she's saying right now.
Oh, that's so good. That is so good.
Trust me, everybody.
I
am just, to all the parents out there, we're all the same. We are all the same. Okay, you could have had trust me. The mom or the dad of the who launched Artemis 2 into the sky, their kid is middle schooler saying, I don't know what they did. They do something with science. Who knows? We're all we have all been put in our place by 13-year-olds over the time. That was just hilarious. So I drove this kid bravely through a rainstorm, and she just heard my voice on the promo. Like, what, Dad? Who is it? What's going on here?
That's
too
crazy.
funny. I love this.
Okay, so how many people in your family?
There's 5 of us total.
5. So that makes you number 5. You know, I have 4 in my family. I was number 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
right?
number 6. I'm number 6 in a 5-person family. I'm not even in the top 5.
Is there a dog, or a cat?
But 100%. Yeah. Not even with any pets here. I'm like after you name the. Whoever else passes through the house, I'm behind all of them. But so it's actually fitting the conversation about you're always so kind to me, the ray of sunshine, as I'm pulling in the driveway in the middle of this thunderstorm. Not a word of a lie. I'm seeing a rainbow in the distance, and so after the Mariners were swept by the Royals, I think that rainbow is for you. I think that rainbow is for the Mariners. I'm honest about that.
They could use it, JP, because that was not a good series outside of the performance from Emerson Hancock. There was all kinds of bad. There were self-inflicted wounds. There was poor pitching. There was, just head-scratching moments, just booting ball, just sloppy play against the. Now we talked about the Royals. They were better than what their record said. They were in last place before that series. They are no longer in last place. But they were better than what the record said. Having said that, that's no excuse for what we saw. It just isn't. And I don't know how much of that series you took in, but what was your reaction to what you did see from that series?
Well, you said the word, and that's sloppy. And the unfortunate part of it, is probably twofold. Number one, it's a team that you should beat. And again, the Royals are better than the record indicated, as you point out, but it's a series that you should win. And you'd work so hard to get back to 500, and it felt as though as that series begins, okay, now we can have our reopening day where we're back to level after stumbling early. We've recovered and won all these series in a row, and we were talking, I believe it was Thursday night, right before that series started, and we talked about how the Royals had been up and down a little bit this year and how inconsistent they had been. And I felt for all the world that by the time we spoke today that it would have been about a Mariners series win. But as you're describing, sloppy is the word, just not clean baseball. And I was looking up the numbers behind it, and you think to yourself, okay, we're watching this team play, and our eyes are telling us that some plays are not being made in the field collectively. This is not, obviously, Donovan now is on the IL. He was a topic for a while, and I'm sure will be again at some point. But he's not the only one that has had some defensive issues. The outfield has had some problems as well, and far apart from what the fielding percentage is, because that rarely is a fair representation in aggregate of exactly what's going on. So you have to go to a little more the new numbers. How well are you converting balls and play into outs? What is your defensive efficiency? Defensive wins above replacement is another way of portraying that. Well, if you look at Fangraphs.com, I was doing my prep before this conversation. I said, wait a minute, are the Mariners really as far down as they appear? Turns out they are. 28 out of 30 in terms of defensive wins above replacement, right down there with the Tigers and the Angels. So it's a concern. The numbers say it's a concern. Your eyes say it's a concern. And for a team that's built around pitching, defense, run prevention, obviously offensively they're probably a better club. They're a more dynamic club because of what Young has been able to do and a full season of Naylor. So there's some nice things happening offensively, but you can't give extra outs. And not only is it extra outs, it's extra stress on the pitching staff. And we can't say enough, especially for a young starter like Hancock, who's been great so far. Don't make him throw extra pitches. Don't make him record extra outs and work harder, because that's going to show up in how effective he can be for you in September and October. Make it easy on your guys. And the Mariners are just not making it easy on themselves in any way right now.
Well, JP, which do you think? I think for me, the one aspect is that bothers me the most, and I worry about the most, is the health part of it, because you can't really control that. I mean, I feel like they can fix this lackadaisical play, and then I feel like Woo's not going to be like this for forever, but That's what concerns you the most? Is it, a guy like Brian Wu maybe slumping, Castillo, the rotation? Is it the sloppy play or injuries, or what's the most concerning?
Injuries and most specifically Cal. And obviously, as you know, not in the lineup again today, Garver's catching. And just the way that it's all being described with the oblique is just it's a concerning thing. And we talked about this on MLB Network earlier today, actually, is that when you look at Cal and his body and all the things he goes through, and yes, he did have to get ready early this year because of the WBC, but he's got two swings to take care of, right and left-handed, and then he plays the most physically demanding position in the entire sport. And he's back there all the time. And, oh, by the way, on the days he's not back there, they want his bat in the lineup, so he's a DH a lot. And he just the amount of swings and the amount of just the odometer on his body, it's, there's an old expression, every mile is two in winter. Well, it's kind of like for Cal, for a switch hitting catcher, every mile is two. And it's the double. And I think that's what he's going through. And how many times in our years of having these conversations on the show, guys, have we said the MVPs, or there have been different times when Julio by numbers might have been the MVP of the team, but we would often say the most indispensable player, the guy that can least afford to lose, is Cal Raleigh. And I don't think it's any accident that right when it looks like they were getting momentum, then the Cal injury happens, and then they drop a series to a team they should beat. It's just that they're not the same team. Even when he wasn't terribly productive in the first couple weeks of the season, even longer than that in some respects, he still has a presence. And then he gets going, and then he gets hurt. And that to me it's just been fits and starts for him. He didn't even play that much during the WBC. We've already talked about that before. So I really think it's the health quotient. And then I think just the health kind of feeds into the defense. You've got to be able to defend to have success in this league. You have to. JP's defense has been a topic and will be a topic. Third base has been a topic and will be a topic. The outfield defense, especially in the corners, is a thing. Left field, as we know, at T-Mobile is massive. And that's something that I think Randy's going to have to tighten up a little bit. These are the small things. You cannot give extra outs. And the Mariners were by the narrowest of margins. They were a pitch here or there, a play here or there, and they're in the World Series a year ago. But they've got to play really well to get themselves another opportunity to be that close again. And I haven't seen it yet from this team, the ability to play fundamentally that well. The game rewards you when you do things the right way. And the Mariners, they're trying. They're good ball players and a really well-built team with great people all around, but they're not playing crisply in a way that gets you rewarded by the game when you do it over 6 months. And they've got to fix that if they want to get back and earn that opportunity that they had last October.
One of the things we spoke with Ryan Rowland-Smith earlier, and we were talking about Emerson Hancock, and that outing was beyond spectacular. I mean, 14 strikeouts, the most in Major League Baseball in a game this season so far, 7 innings, no walks. He's right now is their best pitcher, which to me, I'm going, his spot is cemented in that rotation. I don't care who else is healthy or not healthy. He's in the rotation. You cannot – that conversation should be over. It shouldn't be a conversation as to, well, when Miller comes back, what happens to Hancock? It should be, no, what happens to Castillo? Because Hancock is they couldn't possibly make a case to remove him from the rotation, could they?
No. Short of Randy Johnson pulling that 51 jersey off the Raptors and putting it back on again, and walking out to the mound in 95 and just rocking the King Dome, rocking from ceiling to floor. No, I mean, that's short of that. He's in there, and he needs to be, because look, I mean, to me, it's not just how well he's pitched. It's the presence, the poise, and the command. If you look, and this is, I don't often cite this on the air because it's difficult to sort of convey this with words, but the Baseball Savant page, which is how you get your StatCast data, what they do is they plot together where the concentrations of pitches are. Okay, so it's like a scatter plot around the plate. Okay, what parts of the plate is he hitting? And with Hancock, he has one of the tightest distributions of hot zones that I've ever seen. And I look at a lot of data for a lot of pitchers. And what that tells you is he is just throwing darts at the same bullseye over and over and over again. And then not just with the fastball, the secondary stuff is commanded like a laser over and over again. And that's, again, you don't want to put too many lofty comparisons on it, but that's the kind of stuff that you saw when guys like DeGrom broke into the game. And I'm not saying he's going to have DeGrom's career, but it's that kind of high-level stuff with that type of command. You're an all-star. I mean, so for me, we're in the early days of May. The all-star game's 2 months away. He's on track to get there. I mean, look at his numbers. That's not a hot take. That's just looking at the numbers and saying he keeps this up. He's an all-star this season. So he has answered every question. And you're right. I mean, whether it's Castillo needing a break, whether if there's something going on with Wu physical that explains maybe why he's been a little wobbly relative to what he's been in the past. Maybe he gets a break once Miller's fully ready to go. But I look at this team and say Hancock is on the short list of the guys you want with the ball in their hands for a big spot in a big moment. He has earned every bit of praise, and I think Miller's imminent return will have zero impact on Emerson Hancock.
Hey, JP, as far as Dan goes, Dan Wilson, how much of is the blame on him? Because, I think that's the one thing when, I get it when he makes a decision and it doesn't work out and people are like, oh, he's terrible and everything. But, as far as some of the, the mistakes and things like that, how much of that is, gets laid on him? As opposed to the player, because it just seems like to me I'm always on the coach's side now. I've kind of changed. Right. The older I've gotten, the more I'm like, hey, you're the player. You're the one that's out there not doing something. So, but yeah, I mean, as far as that goes, and just I'm not asking if he's going to get fired or anything like that, but just what percentage, as Bob likes to say, of the blame pie is Dan?
Sure. I think that it's non-zero, but I'd put it somewhere around the 25 to 30% range, because remember that there's three parties in all this. There's the players, there's the manager / coaching staff, and then there's the people that put the team together, and they deserve some responsibility too. And again, they're 16 and 19. We're still early days.
Yeah, right.
The season is not lost. I mean, they do have a pretty tough assignment the next 3 days with the Atlanta Braves coming to town. But this roster does not necessarily have an abundance of what I would describe as two-way players, guys that are excellent, or even three-way that you could say that are really good base runners and defenders and offensive players. They maybe made a little bit of a trade-off to bring in Donovan, have him playing out of position, and he's looked like it. And you know what? That's not really Dan Wilson's fault, nor is it Perry Hill's fault, who's one of the best infield guys in the world.
Right.
And so you're asking a guy to play out of position. And I'm sure I know Donovan a bit in his work ethic. I know he's putting in the time, and JP is too. But the defense has been an issue, and it's hard to say. It's like asking me, John, you're playing pickup basketball and you're not dunking. Well, do you think I dunk? I mean, that's something I can do. So you got to ask your people to do what they can do. And the roster does not lend itself to it's not the Padres, for example, which just has nothing but shortstops all around the diamond. And they guess what? They play like it. The Braves are a pretty athletic team. And even with Acuna out, they're still really athletic. They got a really good super utility guy in Dubon who can play all over the place. So, and Harris has been playing fantastic, coming back and playing center field. So they're just not an especially athletic defensive team. And that's not really Dan Wilson's fault. Nor is it, again, Perry Hill's an excellent infield guy who if I could, if I had a son who played baseball and I would have him talk 20 minutes to somebody in the game, I'd walk and run up to Perry Hill and have him talk to him, because I just think that highly of his ability to talk about the nuances of fielding your position. So I just think that is where the team is now. Is Dan, could he make some better moves in game strategy wise, where you pinch hit, where you use your bench? Probably. Could he make some better bullpen decisions? Most managers can. He's not unique in that regard. But they've got, I think, the underlying issues with this team are real, and they're going to have to find a way to either correct them on the fly with better performance, or maybe make a bit of an in-season adjustment. And the one thing we haven't really heard yet being an option, is Donovan playing the outfield something that they're really going to consider, and on a more consistent basis, because again, left field is big though, because then you're asking him to handle left field or right field. Obviously, you got Randy in left. It's just there's not. You see how I'm kind of talking my way through this, but there's not an easy fit for what you're going to do with Donovan if he's not going to be able to be an above average or even an average third baseman. So they've got some issues there. The fortunate part of it is their pitching staff. You talk about Hancock. I mean, the left side of the infield could have been you and me on Friday. Would probably have been okay because of how good he is in terms of how many bats he misses. So that to me is a piece of the puzzle. Is how do they make the existing personnel better? But if you want to have a more athletic team, you got to go out there and get a more athletic team, and that's hard to do on the 4th of May.
Does it feel like there are more teams struggling than normally would be the case at this time? Just looking at the division, we were just talking about the Braves and the National League East. They have an 8.5 game lead on the second-place team, which the rest of the division is under 500. Same is true for the AL West. A's are 18-16. Rest of the division is under 500. The Central has 2 teams tied with 1 game over 500, the rest under 500. It just feels like – does it feel like it's more than years past, or is that just an illusion to me?
No, it is. It does seem like there's more than in years past. And it's interesting, of course, you've got 3 teams with double-digit deficits in their divisions right now. And this might be part of it because those 3 teams, the first names of those 3 teams are Boston, New York, and Philadelphia. Okay, so when you've got some major East Coast markets going through pain, you're going to hear about it a little more. That's just the way of the world. And obviously, 2 of the 3 have already changed their managers, and Carlos Mendoza is still the lone survivor among that trio. But I look at it and say, especially with the Mets, I don't see them coming back. I don't see that team getting back into a playoff conversation. Maybe they find a way to get closer to 500, but I don't see it. That is a losing team to me. The Phillies, you could talk yourselves into it. The Red Sox, you could maybe talk yourself into it, but are they going to pass Tampa Bay by the way the Rays are playing right now, and are they going to pass the Yankees? No, I mean they're not that good, and they've had injuries too, and so I just think that you're right. There are more teams that are struggling, and then you got a division like the NL Central with some better teams in it than you expected. So
yeah, and everybody's over 500 in that one. Exactly.
I think there's more at last check. There's more teams above 500 in that division than there are in the entire American League. So it's just an interesting set of circumstances right now. And what it does do, though, is you'd have to be because of the number of teams that are struggling, you got to really be struggling to be all the way out of it, especially in the American League, which is why I don't think as many issues as I have with the Red Sox. There's only a handful of teams that are kind of out of it in the American League. You might say the Angels are, just because they're not a very talented team, and they're not playing defense well either. But a lot of teams, even those that are struggling right now, are still in a legitimate position. And you just saw a team in Kansas City that, while they've got some flaws, they can still play. And if you allow them to, that's the biggest thing for Seattle. If you, by playing sloppy, allow a team to hang around and come back in the game, they're all good major league teams. They're all major league players, and if you let them into a game, they'll win it from you. And so the Mariners just have to play cleaner baseball. I mean, they're pretty lucky that the AL overall is mediocre enough that 16-19 has not at all meant that they're out of it. In fact, they're right within the range of a week of being in first place. So they are both struggling and just fine. And if that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, well, welcome to the American League in 2026.
I know, and they're one of only 4 teams in the AL, John, that have a plus run differential. Every other team is negative. So it's just, it's a weird start to the season, to say the least. John, As always, great stuff. More importantly, we're glad your daughter had a chance to see what a truly big deal you are.
That's right.
By hearing that.
Oh,
open.
man.
That's great.
I got to tell you what. Her eyes got so big, like she's looking at it like, Dad, is that your voice? Like why are they playing that? I mean, she's just like absolute, just kind of amazement, awe, and like, Dad, you're so cringe. Why do they like talking to you? It's like
you're so cringe.
I don't like talking to you at all. You're my dad, you know. So I tell you what, this conversation was a lot of fun, but it's also going to be a lot of fun for me to walk in the house now and say, hey, like, Bob and Dave send their regards. Gabby, you're now we got to have you on the show when we're in Seattle this year. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, she can tell us how uncool you are.
You're so cringe.
Oh man, that show, that's going to be like a 4-hour podcast. That's going to be like like the reasons my dad is uncool. It's going to be like a serialized pod for like 4.5 hours, available wherever you get your podcast.
I love it.
Proudly.
You're so cringe. That's great. John.
That's right. It's what it's called. My dad is so cringe by Gabby. It's exactly what it's going to be.
By the way, I will be in your native homeland next week at this time. I will be in Italy. Yeah. So not going to be speaking with you next week, but I'm going to say hello to your extended family out there.
You got it. I want to hear whenever you can, tell me which cities, and I'll give you whatever recommendations I've got, and a few helpful phrases to aid with your your amazing adventure. So there's a few key ones that are helpful. So I'm happy to do it.
I'll hit you up.
Sounds great.
Thanks, John.
Ci vediamo presto. I mean, we'll see you soon, okay?
All right.
Whatever you say.
See you later, John.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
There he is. Jon Morosi, everybody. If you guys missed any part of that, it'll be on the podcast page after the show at seattlesports.com. Click the podcast tab, click on our picture, and it'll be right there waiting for you. Don't forget, click subscribe. It'll be totally free, and it shows up for you every day. It's a beautiful process. Meanwhile, the injury concerns are piling up for the Mariners. We're going to dive into the latest ones coming up next with Wyman and Bob at Seattle Sports on 710.
Rock and Song, morning 6 to 10.
The great Daniel Jeremiah, we spent a lot of time talking with you about Jadarian Price. Is he the starting running back game 1 of the season?
I would imagine so, and then you're going to kind of be able to ease Charbonnet back in. He can do everything you want to do. So, yeah, I think he's fully capable of being that guy. Vision, balance, his ability in the passing game, I think, is underrated. I think he's going to be able to do some things, catch the ball out of the backfield. He's got good hands from that standpoint.
Only on Seattle Sports.
Hey, it's Bob Stelton here, and if you're somebody dealing with joint pain, this will be of interest to you. Wednesday, May 13th, Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, is having a free live webinar to talk about stem cell therapy.
Hey, it's Dave Wyman, and this live webinar is a great education on how using your own stem cells can be an extremely successful method to help regenerate native tissue in rotator cuffs, meniscus tears, and reduce pain in osteoarthritic joints.
Now, I'm somebody that's actually gone through the process. I had heard all the testimonials about the 90-minute outpatient procedure. I'd had a ton of issues with my hip over the years and thought I was at the end of the road needing surgery until I met with Dr. Wagner. He took a look at my imaging, said, I can definitely help you, and he undersold it. He said it wouldn't cure everything, but it would help. It was better than help. Surgery is no longer part of the conversation.
And whether it's a shoulder, elbow, hip like Bob had, a knee, even wrists and ankles, this live webinar will explain the procedure, how simple and safe it is using your own stem cells.
And by the way, Dr. Mark Wagner has performed over 20,000 stem cell procedures. So if you have joint pain, his free live stem cell webinar, Wednesday, May 13th at 6 p.m., is there for you to learn about stem cell therapy.
You can register at drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, step right up and test your luck for a chance to win up to $10,000 in cash. That's right, folks. Every Saturday in May from 7 p.m. till midnight, there'll be two winners every hour. Pick the lucky rubber ducky and walk away with 10 grand. It's Duck Duck Win. Don't forget, your Reef Rewards card can save you up to 25 cents per gallon at Lummi Bay Market next to Silver Reef. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5 exit 260.
As spring picks up, Chef Store helps you keep pace. Stock up on the essentials from fresh meat and seasonal produce to frozen foods, syrups, sauces, and supplies. Open to the public, no membership required. Chef Store. Buying big, made easy.
Get down with Casey and the Sunshine Band when they take the stage at Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Sunday, May 17th at 8 p.m. The iconic 70s group has toured around the world, and now they're bringing their blend of funk, disco, and R&B to Muckleshoot Casino Resort on May 17th. Get tickets now at muckleshootcasino.com.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
When you buy a new vehicle from Lee Johnson, you'll get a lifetime powertrain warranty included.
Progressive knows it ain't easy navigating the open plains of home insurance, but there is one man who can help tame that wild herd of options. The Home Quote Explorer.
Note, Progressive's Home Quote Explorer is not a real person, but an online tool that lets you compare home insurance.
He's the type of fella who helps you decide on the right insurance, even if it ain't with him.
Again, not a person, just an online tool that helps you find great home coverage.
A real pioneer.
Okay, fine. Just do the thing. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations.
The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our Kids Zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
Mariners and Braves tonight at T-Mobile. 6:40 first pitch, 5:30 pregame. Hear every pitch live for free on the Seattle Sports app.
It's a brave face we put on. We never want to be any trouble. But you know, getting older isn't all smiles and birthday parties. Sometimes it's facing the fact that we are aging. And you know what? That can be pretty hard. If you need a little support or just want to talk to someone, 988 is here for you. It's free and it's confidential. Call 988 anywhere, anytime. A message from the Washington State Department of Health.
Slumbery's Mattress Factory reminds parents the fatal crash rate for teens peaks at age 19, and we lose nearly 8 kids every day. Make a family agreement to never drive under the influence of alcohol or drugs, text behind the wheel, or ride with anyone who is. Always designate a sober driver, call a parent or ride share, and let's bring our children home safely. Best wishes to all our kids from the entire team at Slumbery's Mattress Factory. Talk to the people who've built your mattress in Marysville for over 60 years, or find them online at slumberys.com.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
In today's fast-moving job market, staying ahead means keeping your skills sharp. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we help keep your capabilities cutting edge with our skills-based education programs designed to move your career forward. Explore more than 135 degrees and certificates in business, cybersecurity, and more. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 13th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Shell.
This hour is serviced by the Lee Johnson Auto family.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Wyman and Bob.
Weekdays 2 to 7.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Our thanks once again to Jon Morosi, who joined us in the previous segment. In case you just tuned in and missed that conversation, you'll be able to find it on the podcast page after the show at seattlesports.com. Meanwhile, we've talked about the injuries piling up for the team, for the Mariner team that we'll be watching tonight against the Atlanta Braves. If you missed it, Josh Simpson has been recalled from AAA Tacoma, left-handed pitcher. Jose Suarez, left-handed pitcher, also reports to the club. Gabe Spire has been placed on the 15-day injured list. Left shoulder inflammation is what he's dealing with, retroactive to May 3rd. Cole Wilcox has been optioned to AAA Tacoma. So those are your roster moves. And on top of that, Cal Raleigh, once again, not in the lineup. So watching that, he's day-to-day, right side discomfort, whatever the hell that means. Somewhere on his side, ribs, hip.
Well,
I don't know.
What involves your side? It would be like the outside part of your thigh, the outside part of your calf, the outside part of your arm.
It's on the right side of his body, Dave. That's all you need to know.
All right.
That's his. That was his tight-lipped as I've ever seen Dan, who really is not going to give much anyway.
Yeah.
But that day, the post game, just watching Divish and Kramer and the reporters trying to pry something from him, he just was not playing along.
No.
He was just like, just general soreness. Yeah, but was it his hand because of he had taken a beating there? No, it's not his hands. All right. Could you tell us where it is?
Let's just start guessing body parts.
Well, and that's what. And then I think it was Kramer. Somebody said, "Well, could you tell us where it is?" And he just goes, "It's just general soreness. We'll know more tomorrow." I was like, wow, he is not giving in at all here.
Well, maybe he should go full Mike McDonald and just say, "I don't have to tell you that, so I'm not going to tell you that."
And even with the revelation that it's his right side, it's very general. It's very non-specific. Is that his oblique? Is it rib cage? Is it his shoulder? As you said, hips? Who knows? So we'll see. But he's day-to-day. He's out of the lineup today. Cal is. Obviously, Matt Brash is already on the IL. Donovan is on the IL. Expects to begin his stint with AA Arkansas tomorrow. Expected to be back in Chicago this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Victor Robles has started his rehab at Tacoma yesterday. He's going to be reassessed after 1 week there. Carlos Vargas, a guy we don't talk about, 60-day IL. Experienced a mild setback in his throwing program. So
and that started April 8th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was going to be – we're not going to see him before the All-Star break.
No.
And then Bryce Miller scheduled for potential final I would say it's not, though. I would say he's got 2 more. But they haven't specified. You know, he's got 1, he's got 2. But it just based on his pitch count, feels like you got to get him stretched out a little bit more. So he's got at least 1 more. On Wednesday, I would say he's probably got 2.
I don't remember them being in a tougher position the last few years. Well, certainly not last year. Number one, not only are you're getting hit with the injury bug, but then you're not playing well. You're sloppy. And I think the injuries are the most concerning thing because you can't control that. The other things you can control. So especially the sloppy play, just ridiculous. So, yeah, I mean, I obviously, and Mike asks the question, you know, which one concerns you the most? I'm kind of torn because, like, Cal Raleigh's doesn't really sound like it's a big deal, but he's also arguably the most important player on this team. And now all of a sudden you start going down that path, and now he's missing games. It's brutal. You know, and I think a lot of people, too, with Brendan Donovan, they're not entirely sure that he's the guy that should be playing third base. So, yeah, it's and he's
you don't really have another option there, though.
No.
I mean, you can play Rivas, but then you have to have his bat in the lineup, which is not good.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's funny. I mean, he makes plays here and there, but he's one of those great, like, fill-in glue guys, you know, but that's not the role that he's in right now.
No. For me, the bigger concern, just immediate concern, is the bullpen. Because you're down 2 leverage arms. You know, so this isn't, hey, you know, Wilcox is hurt, or, you know, somebody else that's middle relief, somebody that these are your leverage arms in Brash and Spire. And then again, with Munoz looking a little shaky, I don't feel good about the bullpen at all right now. That concerns me, which it's kind of a domino effect because we've been talking about the rotation, and really you got 2 guys that feel like they're performing, and Hancock and Kirby, and the other guys, you know, Woo's had 2 awful starts. Logan, we're still waiting for him to become Logan again, and Castillo has looked spent. I mean, he's outside of his first start of the season, you've not seen Castillo. So, you know, the trickle down is we need these guys to go deep because the bullpen is missing leverage arms, multiple leverage arms. And you've got one, which is your closer, which he feels a little uncertain. So, you know, and then throw in the offense is pretty hit and miss, no pun intended, but one day they're going to put up 6 or 7 runs, and the next day they're going to be held to 1 run. They haven't found they're getting better. They're trending the right way. Naylor's getting hits. Julio's getting hits. He's coming off the best April of his career. Cal was getting hits. He was starting to find that power stroke. You were starting to see the rest of the lineup pick it up. So it just puts more pressure on everybody else to produce runs. Hopefully the starter can get deeper and take some heat off a bullpen, which is very shorthanded right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of concern, and not to mention the fact that you're going up against this juggernaut offensively. And really, I mean, I can't decide whether their pitching or their hitting is better. I mean, they're number 2 in every pretty solid category, opponent batting average, quality starts, ERAs. They're number 2 in all of those categories. So this team doesn't really have any flaws. And, we're playing some of the worst baseball that we've seen in a couple of years. So, yeah, somewhat troubling as far as, what you're looking at coming up. But, this is also an opportunity if they're able to win this series. I mean, that would be a tremendous boost for this team, and that's really what they need right now.
Meanwhile, we'll get a little bit more of an update on Cal Raleigh's injury from the man himself. We'll hear about that when we sweep the dial. Coming up with Wyman and Bob at Seattle Sports on 710.
You can stream every pitch of every inning of every game all season long. Oh, and it's completely free.
It's a tremendous catch.
Only on the Seattle Sports app. That's right. The free Seattle Sports app puts every single Mariners game right in the palm of your hand.
On a platter, come and get it.
One app, every game. Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcast.
Holy smokes, what a play.
Pretty awesome, right? Just like the Mariners.
Hey, it's Dave Wyman here, and you've heard me talk about a local company for over a year now that I really love working with, and that's Harley Exteriors. And you can expect a no-pressure consultation. They're great people to work with, and their windows are beautiful. I recently met with them, and I was excited to hear about the many Seattle sports listeners they've worked with. And now Harley Exteriors has stepped up with a can't-miss offer. Right now, get $450 off each new window, $1,000 off each patio or entry door, 12-month or 18-month no interest, no payment options, plus $200 off your entire project. And if that isn't enough to get you started on your new project, I don't know what is. Schedule a consultation just like I did. Give them a call at 833-HARLEY, that's HARLEY, or go to harleyexteriors.com. Minimum purchase of 4 windows required for windows discount. Qualifying windows must be 36 by 36 or larger. No size minimum on patio or entry doors. Financing subject to credit approval, cannot be combined with other offers outside this promotion. Offer valid through May 31st.
Olympic has the perfect way to celebrate spring. A hot tub, swim spa, or sauna at home to take better care of you and your family. Through May 10th, you'll save thousands on the perfect wellness solution for your home. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Hi, this is Nancy Penrose, owner of Big Trees in Snohomish. Spring has sprung. Need color to brighten up your yard or privacy trees to keep your neighbors guessing? Now is the time to buy. With hundreds of trees arriving in the nursery daily, Big Trees has the perfect tree for you. Check out our updated inventory list online at bigtreesupply.com or come visit the nursery today.
Dealing with divorce and custody issues can be terrifying and very lonely, but you don't need to face it alone. Goldberg Jones has been helping Northwest husbands and fathers for more than 30 years. Thousands of men have put their trust in us. You can too. Learn more at goldbergjones.com.
You're losing your hair and you simply need a solution that works. You want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Perungo and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration. From the experience itself to their unmatched results. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, maybe all 3 like I had. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins to regrow your own natural hair The very next day, Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. Right now, you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Refine your hairline with the team that redefined hair restoration. That's 425-449-8185. Or for the before and afters, visit advancedhair.com.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Ink card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Mariners and Braves tonight at T-Mobile. 6:40 first pitch, 5:30 pregame. Hear every pitch live for free on the Seattle Sports app.
Hear that? Sounds like simple. Valvoline Instant Oil Change simple. No appointments. About 15 minutes to change your oil. Then out the door and back to life.
Yeah, honey, on my way.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Expert service doesn't need to be overcomplicated.
Hello, my friends. It's DeGraws here, encouraging you to golf local. Our region is blessed with a ton of golf that isn't very expensive and can accommodate all types of skill levels. Check out the premier courses at Bellevue, Bill Wright, Cedar Crest, Interbay, Jackson Park, Lake Padden, Legion Memorial, Linwood, or Walter Hall. You know, wherever you are in Western Washington, you're not far from a premier course. Why not book a tee time online or play Top Tracer at the range at Interbay, Bill Wright, and Jackson Park? So what are you waiting for? Play the courses. Play Premier.
Are you an adult with uncontrolled moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms and still packing a backup bag of clothes? Just in case, Skyrizi Risankizumab Riza can help you take control of your Crohn's. Feel significant symptom relief, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements at 4 weeks. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help people achieve remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Individual results may vary. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's. Ready to take control of your Crohn's? Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Control is everything to me.
Learn more at skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Scanning the airwaves for the most interesting and entertaining stories of the day. Sweeping the dial. Every afternoon at 4:45 with Wyman and Bob.
Presented by Silver Reef Casino Resort.
Okay, so we know they taped the Cal Raleigh show a few days before it airs on Thursdays, and they were taping the latest edition of the Cal Raleigh show today. Obviously, there's some newsy things around Cal now, so rather than wait until Thursday, Shannon did ask Cal how he's feeling, lays with his injury, and here is that chunk of it. You'll still hear the Cal Raleigh show on Thursday, but here is Cal today, about an hour ago, talking with Shannon about the latest about how he's feeling and the progress with his injury.
Everything's good. Just taking day by day, and people want to be cautious and, understandably with how early it is in the season and everything, but yeah, feeling good.
When this happened and we weren't sure what it was a little bit scary because I always go back to when you played with a thumb that almost wasn't attached to your hand. And I thought if he can play through that, he can play through anything. But there are things, there are different things. There are things that you have to be smart about. How did you know this time that this was a little bit more?
Like I said, I just woke up, Saturday morning and, came in, tried to hit and, I just, was thinking about the team and everybody else. And ultimately, core injuries are tricky to deal with just because of the nature of the sport with how much rotating and, stuff like that we do. So it's in every play. And just knowing that part of it and where we're at in the season and knowing I didn't want to, risk something serious was kind of where we were at.
Yeah, and I saw a tweet from Ryan Divish said, Dan Wilson said Cal Raleigh increased his activity level pregame today. Based on how he responds from it, they'll determine if he needs to go on the IL or if he's available to play in the coming days.
Wow.
So we'll see how he responds to that increased workload.
Yeah, he's such a tough dude. You never really know. Like that UCL thing that he had, they call it skier's thumb or gamekeeper's thumb, where like I had this done. Him and I actually discussed this when we were having lunch over there one time, but you can basically take your thumb and touch your wrist with it. And yeah, that's like a very serious thing to be playing with. So I don't know. I mean, I think with a guy like that, you definitely have to stay on top of him and say, hey, you can't, don't be a hero, in other words.
Sweeping the dial.
We just saw a new statue go up for the Mariners. They put the Ichiro one up recently, and sounds like it's going to get a little more crowded out there because John Stanton announced on Saturday that Randy Johnson will now also have a statue outside the stadium.
On behalf of the Seattle Mariners organization, your teammates, the alumni, the current team, and generations of fans, thank you for your passion, your competitiveness, your unforgettable impact on this franchise. Number 51 will never be worn again. But its legacy, your legacy, will tower over this ballpark forever. And in recognition of that legacy, the Seattle Mariners will erect a statue in your honor in 2027.
Yeah, they're getting quite a collection of statues out there now. Ichiro and Edgar and Junior and now Randy. So I guess, you make it to the Hall of Fame. Is that the criteria? I don't know what their criteria is for a stat. Would we see a Felix one out there? He's not in the Hall of Fame. Did you see
he's so meaningful to this organization, though, Felix.
Yeah. Buhner? I don't know. He's not in the Hall of Fame. I don't know what their criteria is for it, but yeah.
He's right. It will definitely tower over. How do they do those? Is it like actual size? I haven't really gone up and looked.
I think it's bigger than
normal. The Randy one's going to be huge.
Then. Well, I don't know if they're going to do it. I think it'll be same as the others.
It's going to be like 30 feet tall.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it'll go better than the unveiling of the Ichiro where the bat folded in half. That was a rough look.
That was tough.
Sweeping the dial.
All right, we're going to dive plenty more into Seahawks rookie minicamp coming up at 5, including a wealth of incredible sound bites still from Bud Clark and Julian Neal. But after dropping gold on draft night, we heard the heart drop to his bottom from Bud Clark. He responded this way when asked how it felt to meet Richard Sherman.
Oh, yeah, I walked up to him, but, I try not to fanboy. I shook his hand. I was like, I'm Bud Clark, and then I just kept kicking. I'm like, man. I looked up to him since I was a kid. Like, that's crazy. I was about to ask for a picture and all, but I'm like, nah, I can't do it. I'm a Seahawk now. I can't do it.
He might be funnier than Spoon.
That dude's on fast forward, man.
Yeah, he is.
Jeez.
But how cool, would that be to have, Richard Sherman, a guy you've looked up to your whole life?
Well, does that make you feel old to hear he's looked up to Sherman since he was a kid?
Yeah.
Since he was a little kid, he's been looking up to Richard Sherman.
What year was Sherman drafted? Like
12?
11?
Was it 11 or 12?
10 or 11? Yeah. I just remember when they drafted him in the 5th round.
Not being happy.
Yeah. Did you see, Lefko, what draft it was?
2011.
2011, okay. Yeah, and then, because he wasn't, I wouldn't care if he heard this, but he wasn't a great college player.
Well, he was a receiver initially, right?
Yeah.
Was he a receiver converted to a cornerback?
Converted to cornerback, and then, and I've always said I think Sherm is maybe the best tackling corner in NFL history. He was very physical. Mm-hmm. And Sherm wasn't like a burner or anything. He was just so smart the way he played. He played routes and everything. But, that's pretty cool that Bud Clark got a chance to get coached up a little bit. I know there's some other clips, and I saw some of the quotes and everything, but Sherm was like actually giving him advice, and I don't know what exactly they were talking about. But, it was it was really cool to hear that. But you're right, it does age you quite a bit.
Yeah, because we remember when Sherm came into the league.
Remember when I was a little kid, looking up to you.
Looking up to Sherm. Yeah, that's he feels like a very recent player.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I was a little kid looking up to him. But if it was 2011, then that's, 15 years ago.
I just remember, this is always kind of a town where people are pretty humble and respectful and everything. And Sherm was, very brash and out there. And I was like, I don't know if Mariner or Seahawk fans are going to really like his style. And they loved it.
Well, they loved it because he backed it up.
Yeah.
He was the Seahawks version of Gary Payton.
Yeah.
Gary Payton was a smack talker of prominence in the NBA, but he backed it up, and I think people really took pride in that. They really like if he were on any other team, you'd hate him.
Right.
But he's on your team, and he was backing it up. He was loud. He was abrasive.
He's our jerk.
Yeah.
And we love him.
He may be a jerk to you, but he's our jerk, you know. But, and I think Sherm was kind of the football version of Peyton.
Yep.
He'd go out there and let you know what he thought of you, good or bad, and he would put everybody on blast and back it up. So,
but I didn't know how that was going to go over here in Seattle, and it was pretty awesome that they embraced it.
There was plenty more to hear from Bud Clark after rookie minicamp. We're going to dive into his impact on the field, plus get into everything we learned. That's coming your way next with Wyman and Bob at Seattle Sports on 710.
Bump and Stacy, weekdays 10 to 2.
Brand new draft class.
Glad they picked in the first round. It panned out the way most of us thought it was going to go down with Jadarian. I got to say Jadarian. I did so many hits calling him Jadarian.
JD.
Yeah, I kept calling him Jadarian. But Jadarian Price, Bud Clark was a surprise. Was not on my radar, not even on my list. I scouted like 150 players, and he was not one of them.
I thought for sure they were going to go offensive line there.
Yeah, me too. Julian Neal was a great pick as well.
Bump and Stacy, only on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
We've all been there. Sleepless nights, mind racing, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Video security, burglar alarms, fire alarms, access control, 24/7 monitoring, and more. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy, knowing we're here for you, your people, and your business. Visit bayalarm.com to talk to a local security expert. Bay Alarm, we got you.
30 years ago, Davis Law Group was founded to be the best law firm for our clients and our community. Our core values are to win, help, and serve. It means our success is defined by the difference we make in our clients' lives and the impact we can have in our community. Not by giant settlement checks or shiny offices. Our mission to lift up the vulnerable extends beyond the courtroom to our charity partners, promoting safety, uplifting students, accident victims, foster youth, and the elderly. If you've been injured and want better results for your claim and for all of Washington, call Davis Law Group today.
If you've been in a wreck or a fender bender,
you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility, not just where your insurance company tells you to go. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. With over 25 years of auto repair work, they'll exceed your expectations.
we meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
At Accurate Auto Body, all their work is performed by certified technicians, only using OEM parts to guarantee the safety of you and your family. For the best in auto body collision repair and customer service, give them a call at 425-883-2450 or AccurateAutoBodyWA.com. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
we meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our kids zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Harry Douglas here. Let me ask you something. What if you can enjoy the taste of a cocktail, the warmth of a spirit, and still stay fully in control? That's RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category. RK delivers bold flavor and a real warming sensation with zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero carbs, and 0 calories. Perfect for nights out, social gatherings, or anytime you want the experience of a drink without sacrificing tomorrow. Check it out at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, all the flavor, none of the alcohol.
Michelle Smallman here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required. Not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.
Brake pads?
Marked down to free.
Free?
Get free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 Duralast rotors.
That's several markdowns.
For many more miles.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Mariners get back to it tonight. They welcome the Atlanta Braves to town. Braves bring baseball's best record in with a 25-10 mark so far. They've scored more runs than any team in baseball as well. So Mariners with their hands full. They'll send Logan Gilbert to the hill. J.R. Ritchie goes for the Braves. You can catch it all starting at 5:30 right here with the pregame show. 6:40 first pitch. Seattle Sports on 710. One final in the books today. The Mets took out the Rockies 4-2. Games going on right now. Red Sox out in front of the Tigers 3-2 in the top of the 7th. Top of the 5th. Phillies with a 1-0 lead on a Bryce Harper home run over the Marlins right now. Top of the 6th. And Tampa Rays up 3-1 on the Blue Jays. Bottom of the 3rd in New York. Yankees up 2-0 on the Orioles. Reds and Cubs still in a weather delay. Bottom of the 2nd in Kansas City. The Guardians are out in front of the Royals, who just swept the Mariners. They're up 2-0. No score between the Cardinals and the Brewers in St. Louis.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Wyman and Bob.
On Seattle Sports.
Streaming live on the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Dave Wyman and Bob Stelton.
Mariners pregame show coming your way at 5:30. We'll turn you over to that. Meanwhile, we got some sound from Bud Clark and Julian Neal from rookie minicamp over the weekend. We'll find out what we learned here in just a little bit. But what do you want to see out of what do you expect from these rookies, the ones that you took at the top of the draft? Obviously, you took a running back in Jadarian Price, but Bud Clark and Julian Neal, two guys that I think obviously come with expectation. The other picks were kind of like, all right, we'll see, or later.
Yeah.
But what do you expect? What's a realistic expectation?
Well, and everybody, I think, has kind of bypassed the whole Jadarian Price thing as well. But I think a lot of people are just assuming he's going to be the starter. And so, yeah, I mean, I guess I would agree with that. But we'll see what Holani looks like, you know, when he gets out there. And then, you know, but from these two guys, you know, maybe the same path as – didn't even worry. I mean, he started actually the first game.
And got hurt.
Got hurt. I think it was on his first tackle. and I think he screwed up his ankle or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I feel like both of those guys are going to be certainly in the rotation. Whether or not one of those guys starts is maybe another story, but I expect to get good run out of them, both of them. And yeah, I just going through and looking at, Bud Clark comes in as a guy that was 6 years at TCU, played in 61 games, and he was a captain 3 times. 3 times was a captain. So, he is just a very confident guy, as we've heard, and I see him fitting right in. But Julian Neal may be a little bit more of a stretch just because he's a third rounder. So yeah, I think the one thing I would say about him though is I was really impressed with his combine numbers, but also just his confidence and everything. And I really couldn't find anything that was really bad in his game. I'm sure we'll figure that out when he gets in the pros. He's going to get beat, so that's just part of it. But yeah, I mean, I expect significant time from all 3 of the first 3 picks.
Yeah, it feels like, as much as Jadarian is the one we expect to start more than just about any of them, most of the excitement or anticipation centers around Bud Clark.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because of his personality. I'm sure that has something to do with it, but there just seems to be a belief, even from the national perspective, that, hey, this guy's a real one, and that's a hell of a pick. And, we'll see. We'll see what he does out there. But when you hear him talk, and this is him talking about what he thought when he first met Julian Neal, he's just a guy you want to hear interviewed.
Yeah.
Man, I was like, who is this big old corner, bro? I was trying to see because I'm a safety. He bigger than me. I was like, you show big dog. But I feel like getting to know him has been amazing. I feel like we've grown our friendship, grown our teammateship with it. So I feel like we're going to be great together.
Our teammateship.
He's making up his own vocabulary.
Yeah.
He's got energy. I like he's like, who is this big guy? He's bigger than me.
He is. Yeah, I mean, they're both 6'2", but yeah, Bud Clark's like $190, and you got Julian Neal at 200. So, and I think that was the thing that they talked about afterwards with McDonald and Schneider, that Bud Clark can definitely put some pounds on a little bit. So he has to play in the box, play inside. So yeah, I think he's got a pretty good raw frame going, but ran a 4.49. I mean, you running that fast and playing. Or actually, I'm sorry, that's Julian Neal. What was Bud Clark's? Yeah, he ran a 4.4. So pretty good. 38 explosive, jumps 3 feet in the air. His vertical, he's going to be. But I think the main thing is it just seems like he's got a lot of confidence and a lot of energy. And then when you talk to Julian Neal, it's the same thing.
Yeah, Julian Neal was at, and we talked about his confidence. We talked to him, and he was very confident. And he was asked if his confidence that they heard on that draft call is what he's like all of the time.
That's real Julian Neal. That's I told you, that's a pure reaction. You could just imagine how I am on the field. It's just, like I said, watch the film, turn on the tape. But that's old news. I'm ready to get a fan something new to look forward to. I really want to bring it for the fans and just for this organization and bring another Super Bowl.
See, he's already gone third person.
I looked over at you, and I was going to try to read your reaction.
Somebody's got to get to him. So, look, young fella. We don't do that here until you've been in the league for a while or something along those lines. But no, in all seriousness, I like his confidence. I'm excited to see what he does to back it up out there. And I like that he's like, yeah, that's all old news. I'm ready to give fans something new to look at.
Yeah, well, I mean, you might need to tone that down a little bit. But you know what? He's going to get humbled, and I'm not saying that like as a threat or anything. I'm just saying.
Well, that's everybody, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we saw Spoon get burned. You know, I mean, it's going to happen to the best out there.
No, that's right. So, yeah, I mean, I like that they're coming in. But, I think also, we're hearing these clips and everything, but the players have gotten so much better as far as, like, their maturity. And I don't think there's a whole ton of, like, that, the whole hazing the rookies and stuff like that. But, you're going to see your first rounder and second rounder and third rounder carrying helmets in. things like that.
I think that should be okay.
Keep them in their place.
Yeah, that's right. Julian Neal was asked what it's like to have a locker next to Bud Clark.
So me and Bud, so we both trained down there in Texas, but he trained at a different spot, like 10 minutes away from mine. So I used to go down there and get some work in with DB. So I kind of already knew him. Met him at the Senior Bowl. Man, that dude, he's different, man. He's in a good way. He's just lively. He's a great teammate. I'm sitting right next to him at my locker, and he's just, he's a different type of guy. I'm excited to play with him and be able to get on the field with him this season.
He's just a different type of guy.
It seems like there's a lot of guys like that on this team. Another guy like that is Derek Hall. And, they were saying that, when DeMarcus Lawrence is in there and he's kind of the veteran, he kind of knocks him down a couple of notches, but it's never like a cocky, jerk type of thing. It's just, just the standard type of, giving the rookies crap. And I remember doing that when I got to Denver. There's a guy named Jeff Robinson who's a super smart dude. He really was, and he got it and everything. But I remember one time we were sitting there, and I was like, yeah, man, this is rough. We went like 5 days in a row with full pad double days, and I'm sitting there with him, and I liked him, and he's like, yeah, you just got to take these practices one at a time. And so I was like, oh, is that right, you salty old vet? Yeah. And so then we nicknamed him Salty.
Yeah.
But it's done affectionately. You're going to give the guys crap that you like. If the guy's really a jerk, you're not going to give him any crap. So that's it's kind of changed a little bit. I think that they include those kind of guys and look for the the positive signs instead of the negative signs.
Right.
And and it looks like these two guys. But yeah, when you hear Bud Clark, I'm like, yeah, I can't imagine him and Witherspoon. I mean, who's going to get a word in?
Well, that's what John said that night in the conference with the media, going, wow, Bud, can you imagine him and Spoon into the same room together? What's going to happen?
What's going to happen?
It's like, there's going to be a lot of talking. I don't know who hears the other one, but there'll be a lot of talking going on and a lot of energy.
And the guy on draft day that said the most was Julian Neal. I mean, he was like, hey, we're going back to back. And then he said, I'm the most physical corner in this draft. And he said, I've never missed a game, not in college or high school. And, he talked about his versatility, and they want me to play corner, and I'm going to be the best corner there. I'm angry on the field. I get down and dirty. I mean, he had all kinds of things to say. And so, yeah, I mean, at that position, you have to have a ton of confidence. You also have to be able to have, a short memory as well, because you're going up against JSN and Puka Nacua.
Yeah, I love the confidence. I love it. I think it's a necessary element for that position, and they got it. They don't have to manufacture it. It seems like it's very authentic. Meanwhile, Mike McDonald was asked about Bud Clark's energy out on the field.
Yeah, I think John said he's the opposite of an energy vampire. Like, he just broke down the last huddle, and the team went nuts, and you could just tell he's got a contagious spirit about him, which we obviously love that.
What was the vampire thing there?
Energy vampire. Is the opposite of an energy vampire.
I've not heard that classification.
Somebody that sucks the energy out of them.
Yeah. Not heard that
He's
one.
providing. You never watch What We Do in the Shadows?
No.
Oh. One of the vampires was an energy vampire.
Okay.
But yeah,
That's weird that I'm not up to speed on something that's hip and cool, Bob.
If Matt were here, he'd be looking at you shaking his head right now going, what?
Yeah.
Another show you don't get.
Exactly.
Well, rumor has it, this is a false rumor, but it'll be fun to just spread anyway. Today is Star Wars night. And so that Matt, obviously he's not here because he's going to Star Wars night.
Star Wars night at the
Mariners game.
What does that mean? Are they giving away something?
I think so.
Star Wars themed?
It's, because it's May 4th, so everyone has a big deal with that.
May the 4th be with you. Oh.
So I was going to assume Matt would be there, and he's going to do his whole, now even those nerds are too nerdy for me.
No, he would. He'd probably be there in his Darth Vader outfit, wouldn't he?
What do you think he dresses up as? What do you think? Would it be Darth Vader?
I don't know. Is he a stormtrooper? Is he?
That's a big dude. Like he's like 6'3".
Yeah, maybe he'd be Chewbacca.
Yeah, that would be a good one for him. A furry.
I'm not putting that on him. I'm just saying maybe he'd be Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Where he takes it from there is up to him. Yeah, but it's
yeah, and all he does is that roar.
Yeah, he doesn't have to speak to people.
Exactly.
He can just growl at them. So that might be a natural character for him.
May the 4th be with you. Wow.
Yeah.
Surprised you were on that, Bob.
It happens every year.
Yeah.
I think my brother has that shirt.
I think I've blocked it out.
Yeah. So is that tonight is Star Wars night, huh?
Yeah, I was trying to see the giveaway. It's some bobblehead, I think. Can't find it, but it's definitely happening tonight at the Mariners game.
It's a bobblehead of some sort.
Some Star Wars Mariners giveaway, but I can't find what it was.
I wonder if they dress, if it's one of the players dressed as.
Yeah, that's what I would think. That's what I would want. Definitely.
Who would it be?
Cal Raleigh is Darth Dumper.
Darth Dumper. I'm looking at the. I don't see. Huh.
What was the planet with the little stuffed bear animals? What were those called?
The Ewoks.
Ewoks.
The stuffed bears.
There we go.
Yeah.
Stuffed bears.
Put Matt in an Ewok furry outfit.
Let's see. Today is May 4th, which is informally recognized as Star Wars Day. The Mariners are 5-1 in games played on the same day as a Star Wars film has been released in theaters. That's a weird stat. That's got to be an Alex stat. They're giving all these stats on A New Hope, May 25th. Yeah, so they got all the stats in relation to Star Wars release dates and what their record is.
Okay.
Let's hope it takes effect tonight. They desperately need to get back into the win column, and if they do that against a team like this, against a team like the Braves that are rolling like they are, that are as potent as they are offensively, and winning the way that they are. Now, maybe they're. I haven't looked at their schedule to see are they beating up on their division because their division's not good.
Yeah.
But man, they've got an 8.5 game lead already this early in the season. It's just amazing when you look at every other division as a game and a half, a tie, a half game, 2 games maybe, but 8.5 game lead. I mean, there's a half game lead between the Dodgers and the Padres right now. That's amazing. I mean, the last place team, the Giants, are 8 games back of the Dodgers. They're closer than the second place team in the NL East, which is the Miami Marlins. So yeah, this team is rolling. You get win number 1. You're able to win the series. You feel so much better about things. This would be a nice cure-all.
Well, the A's took a game from them, and the Angels took a game from them. So I'm right now with the situation and the injuries and the sloppy play. I'll take 1 win in this series.
You'll take 1 out of 3.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm still
where they're at. I mean,
yeah. I want 2 out of 3. Do I expect it? No,
you don't.
I don't expect it, but it's.
I can answer that question for you, Bob.
I don't expect.
You don't expect it.
You need it though. You need 2 out of 3. All right.
Huge.
Let's find out what we learned.
This is a house of learned doctors.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
What did we learn today?
No one's a bigger idiot than me.
Stupidity is the easiest way out.
Well, before we get started, I was going to say, do you see what's happening in Houston tonight?
No.
425 texted in, get your own Jose Altuve Ewok doll at Astros Stadium.
Is that what they're doing, or is that a joke?
No, that's a joke. Like he's the little tiny one.
Well, it would be apropos.
Yeah, life size.
Is Leo Rivas our version of him?
Yeah, but he's bigger than.
He's still bigger than Altuve.
Yeah, but he'd be the closest facsimile of Altuve.
An Ewok.
Yeah. they could have fun with it. Have him holding a little garbage can instead of a bat. How about that?
Yeah, that's what they should give away here.
Yeah.
They should get an Altuve with a garbage can and a bat. Is that what they hit the garbage can with? Was it a bat?
I don't know what they were hitting.
No,
it
it's
with.
an Ewok.
You would think it would be.
No, I think they just banged. Yeah, they banged on it with something. Must have been a bat.
Yeah, I knew that they banged on it with something, Mike. I'm just wondering what that is.
Somebody's texting you that the giveaway is a Mariners themed Grogu Star Wars bobblehead. Does that sound right?
What is that?
I don't know. I couldn't find what it was.
That means Baby Yoda.
That's what?
I assume so.
It's Baby Yoda's name.
Grogu?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
You know, you're as much of a nerd as Matt is, Brady. I'm sorry.
Baby Yoda was popular for a few years here. I couldn't tell you the in-depth Star Wars things like Matt. That's not my style.
What did we learn?
Okay, we did learn more than that tonight. We did learn over the weekend that Wyman had some issues in his yard.
Gorgeous outside. How about that weather?
Doesn't really feel like it.
No?
No.
This is yard work weather for you. This is where Dave is out there inspecting the lawn. He's putting up the hillbilly fence. He's doing all kinds of yard maintenance out there. This is your time, man. This is where you shine.
Yeah, well, it wasn't that way yesterday. I had Mrs. Bossy Pants chasing me around the yard, telling me what to plant where. Yeah.
Mrs. Bossy Pants.
I'm like, you're the inside guy. I'm the outside guy.
Yeah, this is my domain. Yours is in there.
We had a little bit of a debate over where the tubers should be buried.
The what?
Tubers. Like a bulb.
Oh,
basically for dahlias.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an expert at growing dahlias.
Your thumb is much greener than mine. I don't know what this language is you're speaking, but yeah, I hope you guys came to a consensus and everybody's happy with the outcome.
It went her way,
Mrs. Bossy Pants. Was there much of a debate, or was it?
Yeah, I was finally okay. Fine, and then my dad used to always say. Just let them think they won, which is, very degrading. But
what if you just put them where you wanted to? If you just told her, okay, yeah, that's fine, but you just put them wherever you wanted, would she?
It's kind of what I did.
Is it?
Yeah.
So they didn't go exactly where she was pointing?
Not exactly.
Not exactly.
Yeah. We made some modifications.
Was it a compromise? It was kind of halfway between where you wanted it and where she wanted it?
It's just enough that she wouldn't notice it.
and just enough for you to say, well, I didn't do exactly what she wanted.
Well, there was one area where she wanted like 6 of them, and I'm like, it's up against the fence. It doesn't get any sun. It's no good. And so she laid them out. I'm like, okay. And then I did 3 of them. So, yeah. And you know what? If they don't come, well, it was a dud bulb,
Did she come out and inspect after you were done? Like, I like it. I like it.
No, she was on to other things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I think she's probably looking at it right now. Going to give you a tongue lashing when you get home.
Well, I know that her mom doesn't listen to the show, her friends don't listen to the show, and she doesn't listen to the show. So this should go undetected.
Yeah, I just wonder if she would go out in the backyard and look and go, I told him these go here.
Yeah,
not there. Here.
I'll tell you, if that's probably the biggest fight that we've had in the last year and a half. So
outside of Costco,
we're doing okay. Yeah, Costco. There's lots of. That's always my fault because all I do is complain.
Yeah,
just complain.
Brings out the worst in you. Costco does.
Yeah, and I know I'm being a big baby, which is what she calls me. Stop being a big baby.
You want to just wait in the car, you big baby? I'll go in. Dave's just sitting in the car, flipping all the buttons and switches.
Stomping my feet.
What else did we learn?
Well, actually, speaking of cars, we did learn that Jon Morosi's daughter, not impressed with what her dad does.
I'm doing great, guys. This is awesome, by the way. You're getting... so I'm actually pulling into the driveway after we got some severe thunderstorms happening here in Michigan. I'm quite convinced that Tigers game, Gabby, sweetheart, I'm on the air with my friend, Bob and Dave. So you're hearing a live interaction with my teenage daughter, who when she heard for the very first time the opening, she's like her eyes got really big, as if she's saying, Dad, they haven't opened for you? Like, what is this?
She didn't realize Dad was such a big deal.
She has no clue. Love you, Gabby. And now she's just running into the house. We had some severe weather here. Oh, this is too funny. She's just basically like, she's now saying, Mom, they made a video, they made an audio clip for Dad. This is unbelievable. Why'd they do that? I'm positive that's exactly what she's saying right now.
I just love that she'd be more impressed by an open for him on local radio here than him being on national television virtually every day from all over the country.
You see him everywhere. I like that he was like yelling out, love you. I used to do that to my daughter, Kendall, when I would drop her off in the morning.
Embarrass her.
Hey, Kendall, have a wonderful day.
Daddy loves
she's just
you.
Like trying to ignore me. Then, sometimes I'd get out with my bathrobe and slippers, She's like, get back in the car.
If you can't embarrass your kids, what's the point of having them, huh?
They're there for your entertainment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What else did we learn?
Well, we learned that this is just classic Ryan Rowland-Smith, that he would buy himself a Best Dad Ever mug.
Hey, what about this positivity? Best dad ever. Look at that.
Look at that.
See? I've flashed this up for you guys, I think, last week. It's Mother's Day this weekend, but who cares? This is the best dad ever.
The votes are in.
I got myself the present. No. What do you guys got for Mother's Day? We all good?
I was going to say I've had one of those for 30 years. So, yeah.
Dave's calling himself the reigning champ.
Yeah, wow. Okay. Yeah, please.
Yeah, I also purchased it myself.
I love that he's like, it's Mother's Day, but who cares? I got this. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Best dad ever. So good.
He's always got something. He's always got something that he wants to spring on us that he thinks is really funny.
That's what makes it funny.
Doesn't matter if it's funny or not.
He's cracking up
as long as he's happy.
As he gets it out.
That's right.
The best part. All right, is that all the learning?
That's it. That's all we learned.
All right, there you go. Our thanks to Ryan Rowland-Smith, who you just heard there, and Jon Morosi, who you just heard as well. If you guys missed any part of those conversations, you can find them on the podcast page at seattlesports.com. Click the podcast tab. Click on our picture. It'll be right there waiting for you. And don't forget to click subscribe. It's free, and it shows up for you every day. You got the Mariners and Braves coming up next. We'll talk to you tomorrow with Wyman and Bob.
Rock and Salk, morning 6 to 10.
The great Daniel Jeremiah, we spent a lot of time talking with you about Jadarian Price. Is he the starting running back game one of the season?
I would imagine so, and then you're going to kind of be able to ease Charbonnet back in. He can do everything you want to do. So, yeah, I think he's fully capable of being that guy. Vision, balance. His ability in the passing game, I think, is underrated. I think he's going to be able to do some things, catch the ball out of the backfield. He's got good hands from that standpoint.
Only on Seattle Sports.
Hey, you mind keeping it down up there, please?
KeyBank will meet you in that I need new neighbors moment.
Rick, it's your mortgage loan officer, Beth. I was in the neighborhood and wanted to let you know your home loan application's been approved.
Beth, you're always there for me, and not a moment too soon.
Are your neighbors bowling with grand pianos again?
And apparently raising livestock?
Ew.
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 399797.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
When you want your grocery run to go further, there's Chef Store. Find food and supplies in sizes that cut down on extra trips and keep kitchens of any size stocked and ready. Open to the public, no membership required. Discover big savings at your local Chef Store today.
Hey there, Dawn Riling from Olympic Hot Tub. Time to celebrate spring and warmer days ahead. Get ready by adding a hot tub, swim spa, or sauna at home to take better care of you and your family. For nearly 50 years, Olympic has been offering products to help people live better. During our Soak, Sauna, and Swim event, find your perfect wellness solution and save thousands through May 10th. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Olympic Hot Tub.
There's not one car deal that is worth ruining an experience for a customer. That just is really what is instilled.
The Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals, and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack in the $6 Biggie Bag. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie Bundle, the grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. $4, $6, and $8 biggie deals how you want them at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Get a $15 O'Reilly gift card after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Unlock smart business buying with fast, free delivery on millions of items and practical AI innovations that automate repetitive tasks so you can make smarter decisions faster. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Mariners and Braves tonight at T-Mobile. 6:40 first pitch, 5:30 pregame. Hear every pitch live for free on the Seattle Sports app.
I need a little range, step to the range, come on, meet me at the
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
This deer season, John Deere wants to give you the home field advantage. We're bringing you the best offers of the season, whether that's cash off on select new machines or a shot at the ultimate Major League Baseball prize package. Because right now, you can enter for a chance to win an MLB All-Star experience for you and 3 friends, complete with travel and lodging for All-Star Week this July. Deer season is going on now through June 3rd. Visit johndeere.com/deer season to enter and view the offers and complete contest rules. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.